Fore by Barstool Sports. This is the 2022 Masters recap, knee-jerk reaction show. Scottie Scheffler, the chef, just won the Masters tournament. He has won 4 out of his last 6 golf tournaments. The last time somebody did that, you got to go back to 2015 when Jason Day won 4 out of 6 in the summer of 2015, culminating with his first major championship win at Whistling Straits. So this is this is rare territory that Scottie Scheffler is in right now. Kind of a weird Masters overall, if we're going to be honest. There was tons of hype about Tiger Woods. We're going to get into all of Tiger. There was tons of hype going into this Sunday round with Cam Smith and Scottie, 2 best players of the year so far. Clearly, Cam Smith had won 2 of his last 4 starts. He won in, Hawaii, and then he won the Players' Championship, which was the biggest prize in the history of golf. And now he came in, and it was him and Scottie, who was 3 out of 5, and it was going to be great. And then Cam Smith just melted down like Jordan Spieth on the 12th hole. Rory went crazy with it. So we got a lot to get to. But I'm happy for Scottie Scheffler. We spoke a little bit about and put a video out about maybe Frankie and I probably spent 30 minutes with his wife Meredith on Wednesday right on the 16th hole. And for the first probably 3 or 4 minutes, we had no idea really who she was. She was like, "Oh, you guys are the Barstool guys, right?" And we were like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, my husband's a fan." And we literally talked for a couple minutes. And then I think she was with maybe her father or Shiva. And eventually he was like, "Yeah, she's being modest."
Well, I had to ask her. She goes,
her husband is Scottie Scheffler.
I had to ask her. She goes, Scottie's coming through. I hope he skips it like this time or something like that. I hope he skips it. And I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. She goes, yeah, like I wish I had a video. I could take it. He's going to want a video. She said that like to her dad. And I turned around. I'm like, are you like Scottie Scheffler's? And she goes, yeah, I'm like Scottie. And then the dad comes in and goes, yeah, she's never going to say it. She's Scottie Scheffler's like wife.
It's crazy.
It was wild. And she was so nice. And like Frankie said, to the point where she was legit like, oh, can you guys have a camera? Can you video him skipping balls and like send it to me? We were like, sure. She was so giddy that Scottie was coming through. And she couldn't wait to watch him come through. We're watching him on TV right now. He
looks distinguished. I'll be sure.
He is a distinguished guy.
We don't have the volume on, obviously, but I can tell what he's doing. He's going through each person that's close to him and saying how much they mean to him, because Meredith was just crying a lot. His coach was just crying a lot. Like, Ted was starting to get emotional. He was just giving people their props. He's probably saying, like, I couldn't have done this without them.
His image is skyrocketing.
I mean, if you're a listener of this podcast, it's not going to come as a surprise that we are just so excited that Scottie Scheffler won the Masters.
He's an American dream, this guy.
Yeah.
He just plays fucking board games with his wife. The whole thing about watching The Office, and now he's winning tournaments. He's a Texas guy. He's just like a sweetheart who, by all accounts, his father hugged him a couple weeks ago and said, I'm more proud of the man that you are than the golfer that you are. And now he's just the Masters champion. He's going to go for the next 60 years to the Champions Dinner every Tuesday night. What a great addition to the Champions Dinner he is.
His early April is just taken. I would love to ask him that question that we asked him about, does winning the Masters really mean anything, and like where you'll be. And he gave that incredible interview response. Now that he's won it, I would love to know his response, because there's been you were saying that maybe he was so nervous last night. His wife was just helping him through the moment. Frankie.
He cried. Well, Scottie Scheffler said that he cried this morning out of anxiety. I just didn't feel like I was ready for all of this stuff. He leaned heavily on his wife, Meredith, who calmed him down this morning.
Yeah.
He said, quote, cried like a baby Sunday morning. Think about how a baby cries. I mean, it's really heavy, deep, intense.
Some of them just go nuts.
So now imagine that big man with that strong jawline just crying like that before he goes out and plays against Cam Smith and Rory McIlroy.
I get what he's saying.
Yes.
Totally. I totally get where the emotion comes from. Like, he's Scottie Scheffler. He's never been in this position before. What is this, his 3rd Masters that he's ever played in? Mm-hmm. And now you sleep on a lead. Everyone is assuming that he's going to win the tournament. And we talked about that earlier in the day, Lurch, when we were talking about who we thought was going to win between the two of them, despite Scottie having a 3-shot lead. Like, when people expect you to win a tournament like that, that's a lot. I can't imagine, but I can imagine enough where it's like you wake up and you're like, the whole world is expecting me to accomplish this thing. And if I don't, it's one of the most devastating losses I'm going to, incur as a professional athlete. That's a lot, man.
He's 25 years old. If you move to a section of a city and the MO of that city is that it's just a bunch of 25-year-olds that live around there, it is considered like a nightmare. Like a young, chaotic, fratty, shit show of an area of town to live in if it's full of 25.
make
We're,
like the
we're talking about
biggest-
we're talking about Murray Hill. That's what we're talking
You
about.
make
It's
the biggest
Murray Hill.
mistakes of your
Bro
life.
Hill.
You make the biggest mistakes. You're like, it's a time for like experimenting and finding out who you are. You don't even know who you are until you're like 30 something. The fact that this guy is doing this at 25, he knows exactly who he is. He has everything is perfectly planned out. He goes right out there and he executes. I said 9 days ago that I was proud of Scottie Scheffler. I said it to his face, and he like kind of chuckled at the end and being like, "Thank you, Frankie." But it's crazy how proud I am of this guy. He just keeps making me proud. Scottie Scheffler at every moment just does the right thing and just absolutely executes. And I mean, how can you not love this guy?
So you've settled on 9 days though, because you started at 2 weeks, then you
That
went
was
to
a
a week.
conversation about Twitter. Is
Yeah.
what that was. So, you know what I mean? Like it was just to try and make the tweet clean.
Right. No, I know what it was, but it's funny
But
that
you,
you settled
you
on
also
9
didn't
days
give
now.
you didn't give the context.
Yeah, you gave
there.
no context there.
So the
though.
listeners
We could
weren't-
talk about it.
But the listeners weren't there for that.
But
so
that's
you didn't-
opening up the
I was at
You
the
didn't
bar
set
and I
that
asked
up.
I asked everyone if I should tweet a week and a half ago or 9 days ago. We came down to a week ago. People ended up saying it should have been 9 days ago. It was just a tweet about something. But Scottie Scheffler, man, very happy about him. Very happy for his family. Guy's a big pizza guy. He goes back and forth with us all the time about all this stuff. We've talked about it literally last week when he was on the show. Insane.
9 days ago or so.
Yeah.
You said he executes all the time. You know who else executes? Notion, one of our great sponsors, Notion. For companies of all sizes, Notion provides one central, customizable workspace that can be tailored to fit any team, bring all teams together, and get more done and move faster, sort of like the Scheffler team. I mean, the Scheffler team has all come together and just gotten it done. That's why he's just up there thanking his entire team, his family, everybody. Notion is an all-in-one team collaboration tool that combines note-taking, document sharing, wikis, project management, and much more into one space that is simple, it's powerful, it's beautifully designed with powerful integrations, seamless navigation. You'll have everything you need in one spot so you can make speed your advantage without the silos and context switching that slow companies down. You don't want to be slow out there. You want to be fast. You want to have speed. That's why Scottie's hitting bombs. Plus, Notion is a worldwide network of millions of users creating templates, tutorials, and new inspiration. The product is getting better all the time. You'll always have the support you need. Notion's awesome. Learn more and get started for free at notion.com/foreplay. That's notion.com/foreplay to help you take the first step toward an organized, happier team today. Go check out notion.com/foreplay. Another thing I loved about Scottie, talking about The Office, how much they love The Office. He said, my wife used to not like the show. It's by far my favorite show. I love it. She used to watch random episodes with me, and she's like, this show was stupid. Why do you watch that? Finally convinced her to start it from the beginning. She loves it, and she's cracking up. And then he went on Saturday night. They're asking him, what are you going to do tonight? And he's like, me and my wife are going to literally go back and watch a couple episodes of The Office, maybe get some pizza, and that's going to be our Saturday
That's
night.
a 25-year-old thing.
Yeah.
Being obsessed with The Office.
Yep.
There's a lot of people obsessed with that show, but it feels like that generation, the ones who didn't really watch it when it was on the air, now they're falling in love with it. That part of him is a 25-year-old guy, and those are the parts of Scottie that we love. Like we had him on the show a week ago or 9 days ago, and he said that we were like, what did you do after you've won all these tournaments? What do you guys do to celebrate? And he was like, we just played board games in the backyard. And that part of Scottie I love, because I don't think this is going to change him. To answer your question for him, Lurch, I don't think this is going to change him, and I think he'll give a similar answer. He's going to say that this is an insane ride, and it's like, holy shit, I never thought I'd be here. But at the end of the day, it's still just Scottie and Meredith.
His life gets significantly better today. And I think that probably was what led to the anxiety and crying last night, was like, all right, the best thing of my life can happen today. It's almost like winning the lottery for us or something, where like our lives are going to change drastically. The difference with him is he has to go out and like perform and do it, which is the same for all sports, whether you're a
Veteran
pitcher
move
or
Jake
football.
Bass just pulled
But at the
out.
end of the day, I was actually going to ask him that, but I didn't want to do that. That's an amazing
Phenomenal
move. He did that.
move.
Brendan.
Okay,
Always the
Brendan
same
and Jake
wavelength.
Bass, our production team. He doesn't get enough love. Brendan Jones and Jake Bass. Just a phenomenal move, because we're trying to get this podcast out as fast as possible so people can listen to it, knee-jerk reaction, all that. But we're missing the interviews, because he does fucking interviews for like the next 5 hours. So we're watching Scottie Scheffler, but we can't hear it because it would ruin the audio of the show.
Perfect.
Boom, they put on closed caption, and now we can just read it in real time as we're talking.
But yeah, to be able to go out there and have to perform on a life-changing event like that is insane. Like just being along for the ride of something like that would make me have the anxiety to want to puke. Like just like, hey, you have to do this thing tomorrow and you have to like sit in on a meeting. I'd be like, holy fuck. Tomorrow's the biggest meeting of my life. I just have to sit there and kind of just nod my head. Imagine having to go out there, make birdies, hit drives on
He had
the
to hit
fairway.
the final putt in. I
Just
mean,
come
he had
on,
to get
man,
that
it's
ball in the hole.
crazy. So yeah, I don't blame the kid. He's 25 years old. What adversity has he had to go through in his life where like it was as much pressure as this? Literally
None.
nothing.
No,
his next event is always his biggest next event. It seems like on this run he's on. So
And this is the biggest one in the world.
biggest one in the world. So now he's done it. Scottie Scheffler has done it. Unless he aspires to be the best of all time, which he has clearly shown that he does not care about any of that stuff. He just cares about being a good person and playing golf and just winning tournaments, but he doesn't have any ambitions or goals or anything. He's done everything. He's 25. He's done it.
That might be a little strong.
I
strong.
think he's got ambition.
Yeah,
He
and
does,
goals.
he does, but like he said that he doesn't like.
No, that's what I was asking.
you
the
can
question
listen
about
back 9 days
before.
ago. He literally said that.
It's perspective. Yeah, but
Yes.
and
I also think that's a little defense of the mind. Like, because
Sure.
clearly he showed that he does have anxiety in this big moment. Like, when he gave us that answer, it was easier to share that. And that's what I was kind of getting at. Is like when he gave that answer, it was more of a dreamlike scenario that he couldn't even put himself in. But it's like, yeah, like that's not everything that defines me is not
Right.
winning that tournament. But then when he found himself in it and he's got a 4-stroke lead and he's going into Sunday and, all these things are mounting up, you clearly see that like it does affect him and it is that big. And it's everything that potentially he might want to achieve in the game of golf. And that's what I was trying to get at, like with that answer and how different his world is now.
I just don't think
because of
Scotty goes to
everything he's
bed with like
experienced.
Tiger Woods and
No.
Jack Nicklaus on the top of his bed and staring at them, being like, "I'm gonna take those guys down one day." I don't think
No.
that's what drives him. I think what drives him is just like being Scottie Scheffler, and at this point, like he's setting himself up to just have an awesome Scottie Scheffler life. Is my point. Like today, he did that.
Yeah, he's doing a hell of a job these last, 6 weeks.
Yeah, I said a pre-show. It's just like the fact that in early April he's just at the Champions Dinner and he can play Augusta for at least 2 days of every year of the rest of his life. That's just at the age of 25. Is there a better thing to say out loud? It's like
No,
that is amazing.
No, it's
the chef's gonna be cooking up at the
There
Masters
it is.
Champions Dinner
There it
tomorrow.
hell
Next
yeah.
year, not tomorrow.
Look, I think that he.
In time.
I think he's. This is what he loves to do, and a lot of these guys at this top level, it's the reason Tiger Woods goes through everything that Tiger Woods goes through to play, right? He doesn't need to get up 3 or 4 hours early, grind just to go play one round of golf, and then do a bunch of ice afterwards so he can play to prove anything to anyone. It's what he loves to do, and I think Scotty, like all those guys at the top level, what he goes to sleep thinking about doing and what he gets a thrill out of it, what literally makes his life worth living and gives him happiness and excitement is competing and winning golf tournaments. And I think that what gets weird for these guys, like the spot Sergio Garcia was in for a while, where it's like becomes so pressure packed and stressful that you haven't gotten over the hump that then it like sucks some of the enjoyment out of it a little bit. What he's got now is a launching pad for like he's gotten this out of the way. He's 25 fucking years old, which is Murray Hill nothing. You're not even a real human yet. You're like a child. Like, we make fun of Frankie and justify a lot of your stuff for being like a young moron, and he's like, you're 27.
Yeah.
That's like
crazy.
He's fucking 25. He's nothing. So for him now, he's in such a good spot. And we were discussing during the live stream, he's going to be number one in the world for feels like a long
How
time,
can you
right?
take it away from him? I mean, I don't know like the points what it is right now, but I mean, yeah, it's
a lot to a little.
yeah.
Well, we tried to make the point that he like wasn't almost worthy of the number one just a couple weeks ago, saying
Well, more that like he's not like the favorite, the betting odds favorite. Is
yeah,
kind of
that he
our
wasn't
point.
the best golfer in the world, even though he was number one. Which
Right.
is basically saying he wasn't worthy of like the number one ranking. Like the ranking system is just based off of like tournaments and recent play and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we said a major completely changes. I think I asked you guys what makes it a solidified number one, and you guys said a
Feels like
major.
every day he's achieving more, and this is a real. This
Well,
is
he
a real.
just did
thing.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
we're
just
looking
did
at
it.
him. He's wearing a green jacket, so he's
That's
not,
a
He's-
beautiful material.
He's the
too,
best
that
player in the
green
world right
jacket.
now.
right. No longer John Rahm, no
No.
longer Justin Thomas or whatever, any other argument that you might anyone may have had.
So next
him.
tournament he goes in, you think he's the betting
But
odds
he's
favorite?
the best player on the planet.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
And-
And,
but
he only achieved that because of this now.
it just solidified in my brain.
Correct.
Of just like you are the. But do you think the next
Wait, do we
tournament
all
he
agree on
goes
that,
in,
by the way?
I do. I agree on that. I agree with it.
What?
That Scottie Scheffler's the best golfer on the planet right now?
Yes.
Do you think?
I thought that last week.
Do you think the next tournament he goes in, he's the betting odds favorite? I say no.
I think he is.
You think?
Yes.
I
We
do.
didn't think that last week collectively. We were like,
I
even
know, I
was
did
saying-
not
I was
think
saying
that.
it was like a stats. It's
I
almost
don't
like a
think you.
guy.
I'll be
leading-
honest, Riggs. I don't think you and I thought that.
No, I
We
don't
were-
think that I said that he would be the betting favorite. But
Yeah, I think we all agreed that
and I
that
didn't bet
wasn't the
on him
case.
to
Yeah.
win.
But we said he
But I-
wasn't the greatest golfer on the planet right now. Like just like how a guy gets hot, hits a bunch of home runs, is the home run leader for a year. We brought all that stuff up. But meanwhile, like Mike Trout might be the best guy hitting home runs in the league, even though he didn't lead the league that year.
Right.
There was all those comparisons.
you're
I
right.
think right now he's the greatest golfer on the planet.
I know that I said you need, or you usually have, I guess is probably the way we framed it, a big win to get to number one. It's like, oh, that's the guy. And I think I was on the side of like, he's winning all these tournaments, and it's so hard to win golf tournaments that it's actually crazy. But like now with this, it really feels like it's solidified.
He's won 4 of his last 6 starts.
the quickest span of winning your first 4 events of all time.
Just puts the
From
tee in the
first-
ground, and
from his
he's
first to
won
his fourth.
2/3
Right.
of his last starts.
Yeah, he's
That's
the best.
Crazy.
And I think he's like top 5, and I think he's top 5 in his last 5 starts. Obviously, it's like 4 out of 6.
Yeah, I think he had one bad start. I think he was like T50.
He is just on a tear, and I do agree. I think that we were talking about the justification for him being ranked number 1 is like he's maybe not, if we were to pick right now, lightning strikes, who's the best player at golf in general. I don't think we were going to say Scottie Scheffler. We were going to say he's the most consistent. That's why he's gone on this run and been so consistent in majors that he's racked up these points, and that's what it's a barometer of. So we agree that obviously he's number 1, but you kind of need a major, and we were throwing out Lee Westwood and Luke Donald and these guys that got to number 1, but hadn't really had majors, and it didn't quite feel right. I think in a lot of people's minds, Scottie was in that boat a little bit of like he's number 1, but it feels a little weird. There's like Rahm's up there, Morikawa's up there, and JT's up there. These guys have won like major championships and been really good. How is he ranked number 1, even though he's playing maybe the most consistent? Now he just fucking dominated. He was able to 4-putt the last hole, the 72nd hole, to still win by 3, which, boy, did he just crush Bad Beat City, the Unders Club, which
So
he was
bad.
at 12
So
under.
bad.
He birdies 15, makes like a 10, 12-footer up the hill to birdie 15, par 16, par 17 from no man's land, and then on 18, hits it on the green in 2, and 4 putts to blow it and end up 10 under par for the tournament instead of 12 under. So, man, is that tough. I feel bad for all the hoodie people because the hoodie is sick.
I know, and we get samples so we can promote the bet and all that. So we have them, and now all those other ones are just, we were that close to sending out thousands of Unders Club hoodies, and then it just didn't happen. It was a heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
The short
Devastating
game
for
display
people.
from Scottie Scheffler today, that's the best golfer on the planet.
He's really going in on this interview about how nervous he was in the morning, to the point where he said his stomach had been hurting for 2 days. Meredith had to make him a really big breakfast to calm him down. He didn't feel like calm until he got to the trainer's room, and then he started to like feel a little bit better. But like they were legitimately, the team around him was like they were making sure that he was okay this morning.
Dude.
That makes me love him so much more.
Yeah.
Of course you're freaking out. You have a 3-shot lead at the Masters.
Freaking out. And
And
then
it's a weird spot to be in, 3-shot lead, because everyone expects you to win. If
Right.
you're part of a pack of like 4 people that are tied for the lead, yeah, you're obviously nervous if I don't know, but you're not. It's almost like you'd rather have a 15-footer. You'd rather miss a 15-footer that you had to win something than like a 2.5-footer, because if you miss the 2.5, it's like you have to make it. You're supposed to make
Right.
it. If you have a
nothing
3-shot lead, you
yeah.
have to win. You're supposed to win.
there's nothing scarier than people expecting you to do something.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Monumental.
When the expectations are that great, it's like, well, if I don't like hit those or achieve those goals, then or don't meet those expectations, it's a nightmare.
Imagine how this guy felt inside after the first hole.
Oh my God, first 2 holes,
First 2 holes.
Oh,
and then he chips in on 3, and the world settles down.
Right.
And if that ball doesn't hit the pin and go down in 3, he's probably got 8 to 10 feet coming back.
He's in a similar spot where Smith would, where he
right,
ended up.
exactly. And so, anyways, it goes in, and then the world settles down, and everything's fine.
couple things he just said too as we're talking is like, I feel at peace when I'm on the golf course. So that's where he actually probably felt better after hitting the first shot. Like, oh yeah, now I can handle everything. It's in my control. And then he also said that years from now, people probably won't remember me as a champion, and I'm okay with that. He already thinks that he's going to be like one of those guys that just won the Masters. Like he's a
very humble guy.
He's the most humble guy of all time. He's like, if people don't remember me as a champion, that's okay. Like I'm the champion right now, and I just wanted to achieve that. And this was an amazing opportunity to be able to do this. I had a 3-shot lead going into Sunday. You don't get opportunities like that all the time. I had to finish it. This guy's the most humble 25-year-old of all time. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
he's really-
Scotty. People are gonna
He
remember
is.
you for fucking ever.
He's a normal 25-year-old that's the best golfer in the world.
Is he
Yeah, I think
normal,
that's
dude?
right.
He's abnormal. I think I've never
Well-
met a 25-year-old that has that
personality-wise.
kind of head on their shoulders.
Hair on his shoulders?
I mean, head on his shoulders.
Oh,
Did I say hair?
I don't know.
He's-
That's
I-
what
he's
I
hair-
was looking at his
certainly-
eyebrows.
It's a more interesting perspective than most guys have, I think.
I gotta look into this guy's upbringing. Like, you know, like like what kind of upbringing did he have that he is so fucking mature at the age? Is it because he's a professional golfer? Do you just get thrown into that world at a younger age, like just like the maturity world?
Because there's like, look at Matt Wolf. Like, he's not a mature
Yeah.
person. Like,
True.
there's, you know what I mean? There's people that are
Yeah.
plenty of people in this game.
Crazy.
Look at
Different
Tyrrell
ones.
Hatton. I mean, we watched Tyrrell Hatton today. He's not. The guy's not a mature person.
True.
He's just some guys are just wired in different ways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's one of the
He's
more
wired
different ones.
differently.
Yeah.
But it's helping
He's not
him.
the same as Billy Horschel.
No.
There's not volcanoes going off in his head every time he hits a
John
bad
Rahm,
shot.
different mindset.
Oof.
Colin Morikawa and him, I feel like almost similar mindset.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Just
But
But dude, Colin
Morikawa is he gives off that he's very driven.
oh yeah,
Very
Colin, I
driven.
think, has pictures of golfers on his wall.
He has Tiger on his wall for sure.
Scotty has pictures of like us.
yeah.
I thought you were about to say Bugs
Dave
Bunny.
Portnoy.
No, I'm
Yeah.
like us at fucking the Super Bowl or something. He's got like
He's got
Barstool
Dave getting
Sports
dragged
and-
out of the
yeah.
Super Bowl on his
Like
wall.
one of his like, that's funny. It
He
kind of
owns that
cracks me up.
NFT or whatever.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
balance
It's
that
like-
he's found works.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's amazing.
It works.
That green jacket too. The material on that thing
It's
is
fantastic.
I mean, is that the best
it's not even
material?
tailored. It's not even tailored to him yet. That's gonna happen later on.
looks so
I
good.
mean, that's the best
Do you
material
think-
I've ever seen.
So we were talking about. I got to get into Celsius here, which is going to give you a lot of energy and keep you active all day. Do you guys think that his shirt he was wearing, which we didn't love today earlier, do you think it's looking really good now or worse with the Masters jacket? I mean, nothing's gonna look worse, but like, does it go better with the Masters jacket than it did with him just kind of?
No,
Well-
I think
out
that's
there.
just an ugly shirt. I think it looks bad. Either
It wasn't
way.
the best shirt, but I think anything looks better with a Masters jacket.
Yeah.
including a tie that maybe you don't tie all that great.
You imagine if Tony Finau won with that brown and he had the brown and green under that thing.
Still would have looked good with the green, you know.
Everything this moment that we're looking at, the press conference where he's just got the jacket on, and it doesn't matter what you got on under it. It really doesn't. I didn't love
He's
the
got
shirt at the
nice
beginning of the day.
Full
I love it now.
sweater of chest hair underneath there too.
He's a man.
Yeah.
He almost looks like he's like the chairman. You know, like
Yeah, he does.
He's a man.
oh yeah.
He does look like the chairman of Augusta National.
Right.
Like he's updating
He's
us
distinguished.
on the changes to the
The
club.
whole world is
Like
listening
that. Oh, he's just the 25-year-old childish winner.
The whole world is just like hanging on everything that he's saying. He just won the biggest golf tournament of all time. He had all of our attention for the entire week, and he was just on our show 9 days ago talking to us, just like he's talking to the world right now. That's fucking crazy.
And Jim Nantz asked him, "Where are you going to go next?" He's like, "I want to go home."
yeah,
What an answer.
I'm tired.
Celsius helps you stay active and energized all day long, made with premium ingredients, zero sugar. Ooh, sugar. Whoa.
Little whistle.
7 essential vitamins. Can you guys all whistle?
Oh yeah.
Frankie's an all-world whistler.
Yeah, he is. Lurch, you can't whistle, right?
No.
Okay.
Go off, King.
You heard that
What are you,
shit?
train? Did you hear him?
I can't whistle.
Did you hear him? He's like an owl.
We used to take him to the
That's his best effort to whistle.
That's pathetic.
we used to
Well, I
take
mean-
him to the rooms at the old Barstool HQ with the best echoes.
We had whistle rooms.
We had whistle rooms, and we'd take him in there and we'd have him whistle.
T, can you whistle? He's phenomenal.
Little Harry Potter. That's a good one. 7 essential vitamins, not like the
Awesome.
traditional energy drink. Delicious flavors, including watermelon, grape, mango, passion fruit, raspberry, acai. Lurch, hit me with the acai.
Acai.
Peach mango, strawberry,
known
guava,
as acai.
and way more. List goes on and on. My favorite's probably the raspberry acai. They got Celsius Heat. Okay, we got other product lines for different situations. Celsius Heat includes caffeine to help boost energy. You can overcome any challenge. Celsius BCAA plus energy, which helps with recovery after a workout. If only we worked out. Celsius on the go, which are small powder packets and all the different flavors, so you can just add to your water bottle whenever you need a boost. Go over to Celsius.com to find a store near you, or you can find or you can order online at Amazon, Walmart, or Target. Celsius Live Fit. Go to Celsius.com, or again, you can order Celsius. They're just delicious and good for you and going to help you be active. So it's a no-brainer. You should try it, use it, enjoy it. You'll keep using it. Amazon, Walmart, Target, or Celsius.com. Okay. So Scottie Scheffler obviously is the man. Ted Scott. I want to shout out to Ted Scott. He, 2 Masters titles with Bubba Watson. Ted Scott is obsessed with golf. He's a golf nut. He's one of those guys, as we talked about with Scottie 9 days ago. We had him on the podcast. One of those guys who, when they go to the tournaments, he sneaks away. If he gets a window in the afternoon, he plays golf. He gets a day where he can squeeze it in. He plays 36 holes of golf. He's a golf nut. Finished up his time. Him and Bubba Watson went their separate ways. And then Scottie and his team, I believe, talked him out of retirement, convinced him to come on to the bag, and now they've ascended to number one in the world and won the Masters tournament. And Lurch, you were talking a lot about or was it Frankie? Talking about a lot of the green reading situation that they were doing?
Dude, we were watching from the bar, and we didn't have any of the audio really on. Couldn't hear anything. Shout out Barstool River North. Really good scene for the 2 days that we were here. But I was locking in on Teddy Scott and the way that he was communicating with Scottie. And it was like they were on this other level of being able to read the greens at one point. And you guys can go back and look at this. What hole was it? Was it 13 or maybe 16?
Was it earlier than
Was it
that,
early?
no?
I thought it was maybe 13.
Okay.
Around that time, Ted Scott is on the other side of the hole, and so Scottie's behind the ball, Scott's behind the hole, and Ted Scott's got he's got the flag.
I thought it was 11.
Okay, maybe 11.
Okay.
Or so around that time. Has the flag on his knee, kind of
10.
Maybe it was 10, or it was around that area. So he has the flag around his, maybe it was 9 or 10. He has a flag on his knee as he's kneeling down, and he's using the shadow of the flag stick coming off of the hole going at Scottie to kind of show him where to die the ball in, almost giving him like one of those putt view lines that you would get in a video game where it's like, no, this is going to be the side that it's going to come in, and try and putt it down this line. Now, I can't confirm if that's actually what they were doing, but it really looked like that is how they were reading that putt, because then Scottie goes up and points at the edge of the flagstick shadow and goes, that's my spot.
Yeah.
And then he rolled into putt.
It was like the flagstick was like a shadow line.
Well, there's putt view. There's that's the
Right.
technology. They have it at Full Swing headquarters
Right,
at San
right,
Diego.
right,
We saw
right.
it. The fucking thing comes out. It's like the video game when you press X. It reads the putt for you. It was a fucking innovative way to show someone a line. I thought it was amazing. And then the other thing that he did was he would go to the hole and then go walk back up to his ball marker and kind of do a practice putting swing back towards the ball marker to kind of see how the ball was
you were
breaking
saying that,
back
which is
towards the
interesting.
marker. So he was doing a lot of things that I'd never really seen before.
Well, he said that during his interview with us where he talked about his putting. He's like, I like to look at it in 3 different sections.
Yeah.
I like to find kind of like I go to stand in this little apex of the first section and feel the putt a little bit. Go to the next section's apex, feel the putt a little bit, walk to the backside, and then I kind of get, instead of a linear, this is the line, this is the speed, he gets almost a 3D, personal view in his own mind of the putt, and then he's ready to roll it in. And he putted great, except for the last fucking hole when he 4-jacked.
That was crazy.
To cost all of our lovely thousands of fans out there who could have had Unders Club hoodies coming.
Yeah, him and Ted Scott have gotten very comfortable very fast and won a bunch of golf tournaments.
They got a good thing going.
They really do.
Didn't have Ted Scott, he won 0. He has Ted Scott, he's won 4 out of 6.
That's right.
Something's going right.
It's sometimes things like that just click. Usually doesn't happen that fast.
From Kyle Porter, CBS, Scottie Scheffler 8 weeks ago. Jake Bass sent this out, so credit to Jake Bass, on fire right now. 0 wins and 70 PGA Tour starts. This is 8 weeks ago. $8.7 million in career earnings, ranked number 14th in the world. Scottie Scheffler today, 4 wins and 76 PGA Tour starts, $17.6 million in career earnings, ranked number 1 in the world, Masters champion. Wow, it's a good 8 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Just rising
Better than
to
mine,
the top.
just better than all of our 8 weeks. What have I been doing the last 8 weeks?
yeah,
Fucking
it's
powder
he's
in my
making over
nutsack.
$2 million a week.
Bullshit.
I haven't been doing shit. I've been gaining weight, losing my eyesight, losing my hair. I saw a big fucking fat gray hair in the front of my hair the other day. I haven't been doing shit in my 8 weeks.
It's you'd be
I didn't make $18 million.
No,
You'd be hard
we're
pressed
not
to
making
find-
$2 million a week.
you'd be hard pressed to find a better 2 months out of somebody these last 2 months.
Makes me hard.
Mm-hmm. In
You
the
were-
world.
Really, truly.
Tiger Woods. Let's get a little into Tiger Woods real quick. Overall, just amazing. Amazing to see Tiger out there. Never seen him have that sort of very clear perspective on everything. He was smiling. He was high-fiving people in the gallery. I think at one point somebody saw him say thanks, man, to a guy that
That was an awesome moment for that
said
guy.
something
Hey,
to
I don't
him.
know how we're going to get to this guy, but if we can either get someone that knows him, go back on the coverage when Tiger's about to enter that tunnel of people walking up 18. There's a dude on the left side of the screen, so Tiger's right. Tiger locks eyes with the guy behind the ropes, and the guy must have been like, way to go, Tiger. And Tiger looks at him and goes, thanks, man, with a huge smile as he walks up and goes into the clubhouse of Augusta National. That has to be a top moment in that person's life. Like, he was genuinely happy that guy said, way to go, Tiger. And he goes, thanks, man. I've never seen Tiger do that ever.
No.
Never.
No, he's
He
tunnel
was
vision.
happy.
significantly more appreciative and outwardly appreciative of the patrons, of the fans.
Because only Tiger Woods knows, and maybe people close to him know exactly what he's gone through. He said it in his interview a couple days ago. The players know, like JT knows, and the guys, Ricky Fowler knows, and his agent knows, and all of his guys close to him know, his family knows. We don't truly know the type of shit that Tiger's been going through. So for him to be here, where he probably sat in his fucking hospital bed, being like, "I'm Tiger fucking Woods. I was born to walk off the 18th green at Augusta National, and I'm never gonna get there again." Maybe that slipped into his mind once or twice, and he had doubts about his recovery and how bad his injury actually was. And the fact that he did it, obviously disappointing at the end of like his score for us because we have such high expectations for Tiger Woods. I'll flat out say I was disappointed in the way he performed Saturday and Sunday. I would have loved to see him just perform better. Who knows what he's going through? But amazing to be able to have him play all 4 rounds at Augusta National when we thought, I said 0% chance he played this year. There's a podcast where I said that a couple months ago.
I have no
Maybe
problem.
8 weeks ago,
9 days ago, maybe. I don't know.
I have no problem moving the goalpost wherever I want to put him for Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I really don't care. And he, at his press conference on Tuesday of last week, had said, "I do think I can win this golf tournament." So he's still in that mode too, but he at least nowadays does have the perspective where it's like, holy shit, man! 14 months ago, it looked like I may have lost my life. It almost happened. I almost lost the leg, and now here I am playing 4 rounds at Augusta National. That is a victory in itself, and I'm looking at it that way too. Yeah, at the beginning of the week, we all thought like he can win this tournament because he's saying he can win this tournament. I don't have a problem moving those goalposts back again or forward, whatever the way is, being like it's a triumph that he played 4 rounds this week, was able to walk, and he looked pretty damn good doing it. That's a win.
I
And
think he impressed
he's-
himself. Like
he's-
honestly,
yeah.
I think when it
he-
was over, I think he impressed himself.
He said that himself too. He said that outside of winning, for a tournament that I didn't win, this was the best week for me golf wise that I've ever had.
Yeah.
And and the best part is he gave us a taste. Like on Thursday when he shot that 1 under 71 and he made that
Crazy.
birdie on 16 from like 30 feet. He had that sick up and down on 18 to get in at 1 under par. That he gave us that taste of real Tiger golf. We were really hanging on every shot. We were really like into the round. We were understanding the momentum and the par savers and the, oh my God, he picked off a birdie there. Like we were in that again, that we've been in hundreds of times, and we just got to do it again. And yeah, he fell apart over the weekend. He went 71, 74, 78, 78 to shoot 13 over. Still defeated Max Homa. He also defeated Daniel Berger, and he defeated everyone that missed the cut, which were several names.
Jordan Spieth, Brooks Koepka.
Plenty of people that missed the cut.
Were those 2 shots at Berger and Homa, or just
I was picking names because there were like 5 or 6 guys that he beat that played all 72 holes.
I see.
Picking names that are very legitimate players, names in the game of golf. So I'm giving those guys credit, really, that I thought they were notable names.
I couldn't tell.
That Tiger.
Yeah, you didn't address that they were notable names.
I gotta tell you, didn't feel like credit.
14 over, whatever, 13 over, and he beat these 2
felt
people. It didn't feel like.
Felt like you were saying that this guy was in a car crash 14 months ago, and these motherfuckers couldn't even beat him.
That just sounds like a fact. Is really what it
Those
sounds
are
like.
facts.
That's just fact.
We love Max, but he did lose to Tiger Woods, who almost lost his life.
He's probably jacked up about that. He loves Tiger.
Yeah, he does. Who doesn't? But the guy came out, delivered some awesome moments. He had him walking up the 18th hole, 72nd hole for him. The fact that he made the fucking cut is awesome.
He was in second place at one point. We looked at
Yes, he was.
We looked at a leaderboard of the Masters while we were watching it, and Tiger Woods was in second place. So when he said pre-tournament that he has a chance to win the Masters, or he thinks he can, there was a fucking chance that he was going to win the Masters at that point. So
like Rick said, he made the cut.
Yeah, it's like old takes exposed and all that stuff. Like, oh, you guys are really jacked up for Tiger Woods on Thursday. It's like,
Dude.
Tiger Woods was in second place when we were really jacked up. Yeah, when he shot a 70-8, we weren't jacked up because he shot a 78. Like, I hate that shit. At the time, he had a chance to win the Masters because he was playing really well. So I'm fucking happy with the way Tiger Woods played the first 2 days. Mad about the way he played Saturday and Sunday. Are
you truly mad, or are you just like,
Yeah, because
bummer that it happened?
I'm more mad because like I just wanted progress throughout the whole week. Like not just the fact that he can make it, because I thought that if he's already committed, he knows he can make it physically, or else he never would have done it. I was never part of the camp that he was going to quit like after Saturday or Sunday. I just didn't think that Tiger Woods would do that. So once I got that out of my head, it was all about like golf and finishing, and like, all right, like it's almost like finishing the game with like a really good attitude or something. Like I just didn't like
Finish
to see
strong.
him making double bogeys and missing putts, and like if he would have finished strong, like all right, the next time we see Tiger, Like if he would have finished at like fucking even or 1 over, we're like, all right, dude, this guy's a problem at the Open Championship this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like even when he made the 10 in 2020, he finished it off with like 5 birdies
That's
in the
what I
last
would
6
love
holes.
to see.
Yeah. You kind of got like, okay, it's still in there.
He's I
I
mean,
think he's just tired out. Like, you know,
do
like
too.
his legs
Definitely.
tired. But I would say that the building of strength to playing the Open, playing the other majors this year, like I think that's there. And I think there was a couple people saying like, oh, he should just WD. Like he's out. He's not going to compete this Sunday after Saturday. And like those are dumb because
Loser
it's
take.
yeah, exactly. Because I think him walking off the 18th was an insane accomplishment of 4 days of some of the toughest walks in all of golf. So I think that is an accomplishment in itself.
That
And
he
yeah, I
can
think
take.
he's tired out. Yes, exactly. Like if I can do that, I can do anything.
That's
And
right.
Riggs and I were talking at the bar, like what goes into that, because we've talked to Kisner about what he does to his body to get it ready pre-round.
A lot.
It's just a ton. And Tiger's got to be doing that times 8.
Oh,
you know?
he told it. He said it. He like wakes up. It's ice bath. So the difference between having to go right in the ice bath after the round to reduce all the swelling and then activating it at like 3 o'clock in the morning is insane. He was saying like it used to just be ice bath and then sleep and then wake up and train. Now it's like ice bath, warm up, activate. I don't know what the activation
Yeah.
means.
Well, yeah, because he has to freeze it, and
He has
then
to
he has to
freeze
like
it.
wake it back. He has to thaw it, and then get it going again, so he can actually play a fucking
Yeah.
round of golf.
It's-
He has to do that every time. I mean, he has to do that for the practice rounds. He has to do that for the tournament rounds.
Somebody said, and it might have been Brandel or whatever, it was on live from coverage, that he usually has a physical therapist in the house and they'll meet him in the morning or whatever. He had to have this person there 24/7 since Monday.
Sitting by his bed, just rubbing him.
No, at all times, because if he woke up or something cramped or if he slept the wrong way, would ring a bell or however, and the person would come running in, massage him out, like make sure that the foot was all good. Like that's a fucking grind.
What
so
a
that's
scene.
he said many times this week. This is a huge victory for our team. Like he kept saying, "My team."
Said that a lot.
he kept mentioning the physios.
Yeah.
He's like, we really like got here this week, and like that. I think he's seeing for the first time in his life, like people are actually like helping him get to where he needs to get. He's always had to do it on his own. Tiger Woods is Tiger Woods. He's the fucking guy. He's the guy that makes the putts.
And just looking at his golf game as not just his body, but what did he do this week? He left putt short, and his short game, his chipping was dog shit. Those
His
are things
irons
he
in
can.
were a little short. I felt like he always coming up short, but like
I mean,
yeah.
Saturday, dude, he had 4 3-putts and a 4-putt, and
Yeah.
he had a couple more that weren't registered 3-putts. They were from like the French.
Yep.
Those are things he can clean up.
Totally.
I just thought, it is. That was just frustrating because he said since the first time we saw him taking swings after the car accident, like I can trip and putt. He said that a million times. I can trip and putt. I'm still Tiger Woods around the green, and like he just wasn't this week. But all of it probably comes into factor that he just walked up there to the green. He's probably sore. He's probably hurting.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's a
as when
new
he's
body,
medalist.
basically.
Yes.
Like,
So every time we see him, he's got a new body.
I mean,
it would appear.
I think he like Riggs kind of disagreed, but it looked like he was laboring a little bit all week. I mean, he is battling to
He
get
may
up
limp
there.
for the rest of his life. He's got a metal rod. in his foot.
100%. I'm not saying that's like
There
the
was
wrong
some there was
thing, but
some
it's
wincing in there too.
noticeable that it's not as easy.
But I guess I would have. The reason I sort of disagreed that wasn't like a takeaway for me, because what Frankie's saying, like obviously I knew he wasn't going to like walk normally, and B, it never seemed to affect his golf swing. So then I'm like, well, what are we even talking about? Because his speed, like today, he was roasting the ball. Today he was piping drives. We're doing this on Sunday. Like, so this would have been the time of the week where maybe that all that laboring and all that like wincing would have clearly affected his speed or his ability to swing. And like he still had his speed and all that. So it never looked like he wasn't going to make it up or down a hill. It was just like he was kind of walking with like a quick limp, I thought he was walking with. And he got through the whole thing. And I think overall, the fact that he continued to play Saturday, continued to play Sunday when he was totally out of it, says to me that that's a man that's been told from all the experts and everyone that like he can't do worse to it. So it's like, no, you're not. It's if that was in any way a risk to like him playing in May at the PGA, then I bet he probably would have considered withdrawing. But the fact that like he's clearly like, no, I'm going to go out there and play and finish and come up 18 and get the standing ovation tells me like it's all like good from here. Like it's all going to be better. He's going to get stronger from here. And look, like he overall I thought looked pretty fucking good. Like his swing looks good. Yes, he was rusty and it all builds on itself. And once he's out of the tournament, you could tell he like lost a little bit of focus. He wasn't that into it. He missed like a 2-foot tap in on the 5th hole when he 4-putted because he just wasn't lining it up. Maybe that was because he didn't want to bend over again and go through the whole thing because his leg, like all of that kind of adds up. I think he's close enough. And look, he committed to the Open Championship at St. Andrews. He said, I don't know if I'll play Southern Hills or not, which is where the PGA is next week or next month in Tulsa, but I'm looking forward to St. Andrews. That is near and dear to my heart, and I've won 2 Opens there by 5 and by 8 shots, I remind you. It's the home of golf. It's my favorite golf course in the world, so I will be there for that one.
Awesome.
If that doesn't get you fired the fuck up, I don't know what
man.
does.
So like that's another tournament that when we watch, he could be second on Thursday. We're gonna be jacked up, and hopefully by then the rust is gone. He's worked on his game. He just walked 4. I mean, how many rounds did he walk, including the practice rounds? He did like 27 holes of walking prior.
Probably played 6 to 8
couple
rounds
of
of
rounds
golf.
in the
Couple
Yeah, it
of
was-
last-
Did he
A
walk
bunch
like
of-
100 holes at Augusta National?
something like that.
About. So like
I'd be
that,
dead.
The fact that he did that, the fact that he did that, is a huge stepping stone to where we're gonna get for the Open Championship. I don't want to put too much pressure on the Open, but
Did you see his range session this morning?
No, was it quick?
So fast. He hit 1 drive.
Okay.
He hit 1 drive, picked it up, and then went to the
Yeah.
first.
Why waste your time?
Every day, he wants to get stronger every day, and so now we just have from now till the Open or whenever we see him next, he's just going to be working at it. He's not just going to sit on the couch.
Dude. He was hitting bombs on Thursday.
The game's
was.
there.
He
The
hits
game's
speed.
there.
What was it? Was it Saturday? He sent one just flying down
yeah,
too.
with kids.
360 or something?
360. It
He
was
went like
just
360 up,
pounded.
too. I mean, he could step up and pound him. They were saying
Right.
with Rahm, especially early on today with Rahm. I mean, on 3, he and Rahm both hit it up there near the green, and he was like a little farther than Rahm. He had to go first because his ball, like the angle, but he actually outdrove like Rahm.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
John Rahm's
No,
a
so that
fucking-
speed's there. I did hear him a couple times. Like if he missed, you might overhear it just on the mic, being like, "Oh, my legs" or something like that. Like they weren't fully activating. He gave a couple whispers of that to the camera, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, he just made the cut at the Masters. Played 4 days of golf, walked the whole golf course. He's healthy leaving it. He's happier, and I think he proved something to himself that he can do it. Which is
He's gonna be hungrier now because he realized now it was like a test for Tiger Woods, and we had higher expectations than it just being a test.
the highest.
The highest expectations.
That's
so
why he's going to win the tournament.
like all of our Tiger haters, they're
Still
gonna
can't
act
believe
like
they
I don't
won.
want anyone acting
Stunning.
like we're. And Trent makes a good point. We can move the goalpost wherever we want, but
I don't
like
care.
I want the Tiger haters to know I'm disappointed in the final. But I'm happy with the fact that now we go. It was a test to him. It wasn't a test to me. I wanted to see him win the fucking Masters. But for him, he's like, all right, now I can do it. Now it's time to get better at golf.
it's another comeback complete in terms
Comeback
of
complete.
getting back on the course.
Dude, I'd love to go back and listen to the audio from when we were when the crash happened. We were like,
Jaws
he's
of
never going to
life
play
were
golf
used?
again. So, like, now the fact that we're fucking 14 months past that we're like, we're so lucky to have this guy that we're like mad that he didn't finish in like the top 10.
Could have
Mad, like,
amputated
what are
his
we
leg.
talking about?
I hope he's
Go
actually
talk
happy.
to Frankie from fucking
Because
14 months ago.
The reason I say I hope he's actually happy is that you could go back and listen to the audio of post 2019 Masters win, or even when he was making the comeback after the Fusion before he won the Masters again. And we would say that he was like, oh, he's happy. You know, he's friendlier with the guys out on tour, and he seems happier with his kids and all that. And then something happened again. So I always hope it's real with Tiger Woods. It just feels like he seems like he's happy, and then something happens. I hope that this is the time where he's just like, all right, I actually almost died this time around. And I hope that he's just like, anything from here on out, I'm happy with. My body is going to hold up, and I want to be the best player I can be at this stage of my career. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I hope it's sustainable. I hope it's
Yeah.
consistent. I hope
He's been through a lot, man.
a lot.
The most.
Self-inflicted, most of it.
But that's still stuff that happens to you.
100%.
The people go through shit.
1,000%. And he's been through the most shit, and he's also been a beacon of hope on, like, when you go down, you come back up.
He's
Yeah.
inspirational.
He is fucking inspirational. And you could say whatever you want to say about Tiger Woods and how he got to the bottom and how he got to the top. He fucking gets back. It's crazy.
Myrtle Beach is
he's a
inspirational.
He's a yeah, I have to go pee-pees actually. I'm sorry. And someone just tweeted at me, Frankie looks like one giant baby. He has zero manly features, and that made me laugh really hard. I don't have one manly feature.
No.
Okay.
Do you feel that silence?
I was
Yeah,
trying
no,
to
I don't.
find one.
I don't have a manly feature.
Let's see those balls.
Yeah, okay. A little schmeckle.
Myrtle Beach?
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Okay. You know why that's inspirational? Because it's the golf capital of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
The
A lot of good golf there.
More than
Tons.
70 courses, sandy white beaches, and endless off-the-course entertainment options, including Pirates Voyage, which we went to. Jake Bass was there. It was awesome. Dinner with a show. Serious show.
I saw videos. That looked awesome.
Dude, they had sea lions. They had dogs. Dude, the dogs were amazing.
I love dogs.
They had dogs swimming. They had a seal. Is that a seal? Seal. Salty? Salty the seal. Salty the seal.
Those are water dogs.
What?
Is that what you call them? Seals?
That's what people call them, I think.
A seal?
I could see that.
I think I maybe have seen it on one Instagram caption.
There's a golf course for everyone in Myrtle Beach. Top 100 courses with ocean views, private clubs, municipal style, so a little muni action. No matter your budget or handicap, Myrtle Beach has something for you. Myrtle Beach features oceanfront homes, condos, beachfront hotels, villas, and more. Off-the-course entertainment, including 5-star hotels, breweries, oceanfront bars, tiki bars, ocean sports, deep-sea fishing, and, of course, the beach. What were we in? Barefoot Lane or something? That area we were in, Bass, you remember that? We were in a little spot that had like a bunch of cool little bars that sat around this on the water. We did this little happy hour when we were there for the Barstool Classic. It was great. You can visit golfisgreat.com. You can enter to win a trip to Myrtle Beach and experience for yourself why Myrtle Beach is the golf capital of the world. You can just win a trip. Think about that. You can just win a trip. You go to golfisgreat.com and check it out. But yeah, Myrtle Beach. Lurch's been to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, a couple times. It's a great place. It's like a kind of a playpen. You know, you got your
Yeah.
golf course there. You got good steakhouses. You're right on the beach, obviously. It's kind of giveaway in the name. But it's a great place to just kick it back and have some beers and listen to some live tunes and play golf for the weekend. So all sorts of golf courses, good place to be.
Golf capital of the world, Lurch.
Yeah, I also love that domain.
Golfisgreat.com.
It's funny.
We've had some bad domains on this show. That's the best one.
Yeah, the railroad one.
Yes. Went on
That
and on
URL.
and on.
People, I'd say once a week, people tweet at me like, "Hey, you got that clip of you reading that URL?
How long can it go?
Like, don't get hit by a train.com / like trains are dangerous / 3779
Call for help /
Oh man, this one's easy. Golfisgreat.com. You can also go check out playgolfmyrtlebeach.com. That's easy. Features golf packages, hotel, golf courses in one convenient place, so you can get trip quotes with just a few quick checks. So it's very quick. Playgolfmyrtlebeach.com, and then also you can go win at golfisgreat.com, which is a lovely, lovely URL. We got to talk about Rory McIlroy and Collin Morikawa. Rory with what I think we could all look back as a pivotal round in sort of this phase of his career, the phase where Rory is in his 30s and he's got a child, Poppy, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Her name,
Yeah.
Poppy?
Yep.
He's got a child. He's married. He's sort of this middle phase of his life. He was young, winning majors, hitting 1,000,000 yards, and now he's gone through this phase where he hasn't won a major in, 8 years he hasn't won a major in?
Has it been that long?
2014.
8
Whoa.
years.
And he won a bunch of majors, 4 majors from 2011, won the U.S. Open, first major after he collapsed in the Masters tournament. And then 2014, he won. 2012, I believe, is when he won the PGA
Yes.
at Kiowa, when he won, I think, by 8. And then in 2014, he won back-to-back majors when he won the British. He had kind of a Scottie-like run there, except he had 2 majors mixed in.
Yeah, that was
Because
awesome.
remember, he won the WGC at Firestone.
Yes.
He won the British Open when he was in the final group with Ricky. And
Yep.
then he won at the PGA when they did that whole thing in the dark where they had Phil and Ricky play up. And it was a whole circus on the 18th hole.
Yeah,
in,
I think
in,
Phil was upset.
Louisville, Kentucky,
Yep.
at Jack's place there. What's that place called? Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Anyways, Rory McIlroy, this could be a moment because we've been waiting for this fucking guy to get over the hump. He won a Players' Championship in there. We're waiting for him to get back over the hump again and again and again. And he's zen. He's reading all these fucking books and all this. And it's like, oh, he sucks on Thursday. He always gets too far behind, which is exactly what happened again.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes out and shoots an 8-under par 64 at Augusta for his best career finish at the Masters. Solo second place. He finished 7-under, and he did it in the most dramatic way I've ever seen with a bunker shot on the 72nd hole that sent the entire gallery of patrons into a fucking frenzy. And Morikawa went crazy, and then Morikawa did the same fucking thing 2 seconds
Hard
later.
to find a better couple minutes at Augusta National in the last. I mean, how long? Like as a fan,
Yeah.
aside from like watching a win or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Just golf stuff happening with guys that can't win it. That was fucking
It
electric.
was the most electric moment of the whole week.
Oh my god,
By far.
far and
By
away.
far. It caused Rory McIlroy to do a celebration that I've never seen before.
It's a
No,
conversation
he just threw his
starter.
arms outside his body.
It's not anywhere. The Tiger chipping on 16, best moment of all time. But like when you're talking about your experience at Augusta National, being able to say that you were on the 18th green today, all day, you got to watch Tiger Woods walk up the 18th green, put the ball in the hole, and then walk back up and then into his plane the year after he almost died. That's number one. Number two, you got to watch Scottie Scheffler fucking win, and he solidified his career now as a major champion. And then you got to watch Rory McIlroy and Collin Morikawa go fucking Drano from the bunker back to back in a fucking ridiculous frenzy moment. That's as good of a Masters day as you can ever imagine having. It might be up there with like being on 16 the day that Tiger. I mean, I don't know. It's all time. Like, you wouldn't believe what we saw today. Imagine being on
And you
18.
saw Scotty 4-putt at the end just to win in like a laughable
And
finish.
I think Rory Morikawa's moment carries a lot of that weight.
Oh, yeah.
Like those other two by themselves, great. Cool. It's just like something you tell your friends about. But this is like everyone watching, everyone there obviously is like, that was very cool. Morikawa celebrating when Rory did it, and then Morikawa doing it, them hugging once it was all over. Like it was awesome. And what did Rory say? He said it was the happiest he's ever been
On a golf course.
on a golf course.
Ever.
That guy has been on a lot of golf courses for a lot of very, very, very cool
Ryder
I think that was
Cup
recency
wins.
bias. You think
Yes.
that was recency bias?
Absolutely.
I think if he had another
Yes.
second to think about that,
He
he'd be like,
finished
maybe it
second.
was all the other
Like-
stuff.
Yeah. It was
Maybe it was all that other stuff I did. He's done a lot of stuff, dude. Rory McIlroy's done a ton of stuff.
You'd be hard pressed. I keep saying you'd be hard
was-
pressed.
it
I
was-
don't
Get
even want to
that
finish
out.
that thought.
Get that
you
out.
hard pressed to like
What are you hard
stop
pressed
saying
about?
hard pressed?
I'm hard. Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to find me say something other than hard
It
pressed.
was like when Steve Williams said, "This is the best win of my career." When him and Adam Scott won like the Ohio Classic,
It's like, you
and it was
remember
like,
that
"No,
other
you
guy?
won fucking like
There's a guy named Tiger
13
Woods.
majors with Tiger Woods." Like,
Couldn't connect on one high five.
But you know what? I think that quote speaks to what you're saying, where he is. This is a new phase, hopefully for Rory, where not that he wasn't happy on the golf course in the past, but he's allowing himself to be happy on a golf course, and that's different.
and he did some things, and he actually highlighted this in
Yeah.
his interview after, where he said, I'm proud of the way that I played the back nine because I kept making putts to save par on like 11 and these other holes where Rory McIlroy historically, since he went on that tear, but what he's done lately for us is he's just like disappointed you coming home. It's like, oh my God, Rory's in the tournament now. Holy shit, he's solo second.
teasing
Cam Smith
us.
fell off. We got a shot. And he didn't go backwards. Instead, he finished it by holing a fucking bunker shot on the 72nd hole that in the moment it was like a 3-shot lead for Scottie. You're thinking if he puts one on the water on 15 or something, we could have a little bit of drama here. Like
Yeah.
Rory kept it alive and kept it going. Yes, it turns out he was too far back from the very beginning. Scottie was not going to give it up until he 4-putted the last hole. But like Rory kept it going. He didn't let up. He was bogey free. I think it was the only bogey free round of the entire week for anyone was Rory's round on Sunday
wow.
when he shot 8 under 64. So I could see that catapulting him up there, giving him that belief. Yeah, he won in Vegas in the CJ Cup in the fall.
Yep.
So Rory, he's kind of in that. He's way bigger star power. Obviously, he's Rory McIlroy than Scottie Scheffler, but he's so likable. Rory is so likable, like Scottie Scheffler is so likable. So for him to have that moment, and then Morikawa to follow it up, we were saying, imagine an all-time bad beat is if you had chosen on the Barstool Sportsbook Rory McIlroy to win the hole, which is usually like plus 380 or something, to win the hole against Collin Morikawa, and then Rory does that. You're like, oh, it's locked up, baby.
After
Let's
going
go.
bunker to bunker. So you're like, oh, this is a mess. Then he holes out, you go crazy. Colin's in the bunker still, and then he holes out. That might be the most roller coaster ride of a bet of all time.
One thing that we missed, because we don't have audio, we were at the bar watching. We're at Barstool River North. It was awesome. We're plugging the Barstool Sports book. We're gambling, which did not go well responsibly for any of us.
No.
Went a little better for Trent at the end. He had a nice hit.
I did?
Did he? No, he missed that.
No, I missed that one.
The bunker, he didn't get anybody in the bunker on 18.
Oh,
I needed Tiger in the bunker.
So
on-
it just didn't go well for
Oh, no, I needed Scotty in the bunker on
Yeah.
18.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, that one didn't hit.
Because we don't have really volume. You can't really hear it, which is a shame. But apparently Nick Faldo just completely ruined it. And when they threw it to the Morikawa, apparently he transitioned by saying, all right, I don't want to ruin it, but we're going to go now to Collin Morikawa's bunker shot. And everyone, I think, on Twitter was like, are you fucking kidding me, Nick Faldo? And then to the point where I saw
Kirk tweet about it.
I
think I saw
saw
Dave tweet about
Dave
it.
Yeah.
and Big Cat both retweeted. This guy goes, and let me just tell you, chaps, I don't want to spoil it, but they call it the Red Wedding for a reason. They all perish.
That's good shit, man. That's good shit.
That is really good.
Frank, you a Game of Thrones guy?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't seem to like that joke as
I
much.
thought it was funny.
Okay.
Frankie's in his own little world about something. I feel
No,
like.
I'm not.
No?
I
That's a
thought
good.
that was- I
That's
thought it was
a
funny.
funny joke.
It was good.
So people were pissed. People were pissed
I like
about
the chef better.
Sir
Me
Nick.
too. Cheers.
Thanks.
People pissed about Sir Nick. We didn't hear it, but I imagine I'll watch the full replay at some point and have some more takes on the CBS situation. I think Colton Oast was great on the featured groups as always.
Yeah, I really
Crazy
like
that
him
he's
on the
like our
broadcast.
buddy and he's just
Yeah.
calling Tiger
Yeah, we
Woods.
saw him at Augusta on Wednesday. He was just right there behind the ropes, right in front of the clubhouse. It was insane to be able to see him in that setting, wearing like
A
the
hoodie.
most baggy hoodie sweatpant combo looking golf outfit you could possibly find. And then he has like a little bit of a golf voice too, which is funny to hear.
He does.
It's completely different. It's completely different than the voice that you hear when you're playing a match against him at like Spanish Bay. So
He does
it was
go into
fun.
golf announcer voice
Yeah.
mode. Like I don't know, he has that speed, and it plays. So I thought he did a great job. Feature cover. I mean, Masters app and the access that you have to all of that
Better and better.
footage, and it is there's so much going on, especially when you're gambling and you're trying to keep up with the bets and you're watching the main coverage. There's so much going on, but it's incredible that you can just fire up. You can literally just pull up the app on your phone if you miss something. Go to that player, and within 30 seconds or so, maybe 60, they just have footage of that player's shot that you might have missed.
Well, we talked about it at the bar last night when we were talking about what we would shoot at Augusta.
We pulled it up.
We pulled up Kevin Na because he 5-putted the 16th. And the fact that you can just go in there, Kevin Na, day 3,
We watched all of it.
16th hole, he putts from the back of the green, the front of the green to the back of the green to the front, and then, 2 putts from there. It's amazing how good that app is and how kind of just seamless and easy it is to work with. It really is just not to be believed.
It's just fun to interact with it. It's fun to interact with it. So who all deletes it? You guys delete it?
No.
Am I trying? Do I have no storage to the point where I need to delete an app off my phone?
Or let it go to the cloud, wherever that is.
That's
and bring
insane.
it back
If we're
down.
deleting apps off our phone, what kind of OCD do we have?
I also look at how good
Delete
it
a bad
looks
game
on there.
I've
del-
got a
It
billion
looks
apps.
so
You
good.
download
on
a
there.
game though, and you're
Just to
sick
play
of it,
devil's
you delete
advocate, it's
that.
probably like when the week happens, re-downloading it, you're probably like, oh, it's happening again.
But you have to
I don't
update
think
it
it's a
anyway.
storage issue.
You have to update it anyway. So I also don't slide for apps anymore. I pull down and I tight.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, I just
I kind of
pull
like that.
down and I just hit
You pull
M.
down and type?
I just hit M and then the master just comes bang right there. You just pull down.
You
Hold
gotta
on,
be
hold on.
Slide down.
Pull down
No, you
from where?
slide down
Where
from
am
the
I
middle of
pulling
the
down? Do
phone.
this.
No, right here. Boom.
Oh,
Are you guys crazy?
no way!
Yeah, you just type in like M or T.
Middle
or,
of the phone swipe down.
So I
Oh,
go
you don't even have to
I'll
go up.
middle
If
T.
you go all the way to the top, it screws you up. If you go middle phone down,
Boom. Twitter.
yeah, Frank, well
Like
done.
I've been doing that for a year.
Wait, where's your Twitter app?
Well, it's on
your-
my main screen too, but like if I have to fucking bounce around, I'm always in this right here, this
Yeah.
search bar. So if you're listening to this and you don't have an iPhone, first of all, grow up and maybe I don't know. Wait
you are
online for
making
some
everyone's
food
life
stamps.
worse with your green bubbles.
It's the poorest thing you can ever do. And it is. You could have the most money. I mean, I bet you like the most rich people on the planet have
like I bet
Androids.
dude.
Androids
I bet
and
I bet
iPhones?
Bill Gates has an
I bet
iPhone.
you Bill Gates has an Android. He probably has a Google phone. Absolutely poor. It has nothing to do with your actual money in your bank account. It's a
Bill
poor
Gates
decision.
poor, you're telling me?
It's a poor decision to use
He's living poor.
a green bubbled phone.
I have-
iPhone till I die. I'm also going to buy an iPad. We had an iPad.
Oh,
We had an
Yeah.
iPad at our fingertips this week.
Those things are nice.
It's just-
iPad is a
they've-
device that in theory makes no sense that it would add value, and it
Right.
just is awesome.
It makes all the value in the world. I have an iPhone. I have a
great.
laptop. I have a TV. I have all the things. I need an iPad for the fact that when I'm sitting on the couch, if it ever comes off that damn boat, wherever the hell it is, when I'm on a couch and I'm watching TV,
Getting
I
that
want to
whip
be able
in.
to have that iPad right on my lap to be able to just scroll and go on YouTube. We had a nice fat, thin, big
Fat screen.
fat screen, but thin on the
There you
sides.
go.
Jumbo
iPad in our
shrimp.
hands. Ooh,
Jumbo shrimp.
really nice. So I forgot what we were talking about before
Well
we started talking
done.
about the iPads. I'll be honest.
Jumbo shrimp that's a highlight of the show.
I forgot what we were talking about.
the apps on your phone. I don't know. Oh, we're talking about the Masters app.
Yeah, the Masters app. Keep it.
Just keep it. But then, like,
You
I
wouldn't
guess
believe
you know what would
some-
be a similar argument would be, why don't you just keep your Christmas lights up all year?
completely
No,
different,
no,
dude.
no,
Are you
no.
fucking nuts?
It's the same idea.
This
No,
app
it's
just
not.
lives on my phone that I never see. I
Yeah.
gotta walk past Christmas lights every. Look at this fucking asshole. People,
It's the same idea.
oh, my
though.
neighbors know I have my Masters app on my phone, or do they know that I'm still celebrating Christmas in
I
July?
get that there's differences, but like
massive differences.
no, there
They're
are
like
differences.
embarrassing of all
wildly
time.
different.
No, there are differences, but like when you pull out the Christmas lights, you're like, oh, it's fucking Christmas season.
Like,
Let's
dude,
get
I have an
them
Am-
all.
Right, but
I have
if
the
they're in your
Amtrak
face
app
that
on
you
my
have to
phone.
deal with.
I have the Amtrak app
Yes.
on my phone because one time when
Yes.
when it made me
Same.
download the Wi-Fi, it made me download the app. That's still on my phone. I forgot I was there. I have an app called, I don't even know like some of these apps.
I want you to know there's definitely differences, but they're both about getting in the mood for something special.
When's the last time you used the Airbnb app? I have that right there.
Every once in a while.
Just come on.
Do you agree or disagree with me?
I would
if
say-
you disagree with me,
I
let's
would
move on
say
to the
the
next
app
topic.
would be like almost an empty bottle of shampoo that's in your shower that you don't throw out.
Yeah.
That would be closer where it's not in your face. It's just this stupid bottle.
I've got
that's
a
in your
guitar
shower.
tuner app, and I
Right.
don't play the guitar. I do not play the guitar. I have a guitar tuner app on my phone on the fifth.
Yeah, but
page.
you don't get. There's not an
Doesn't
event where you
affect
get
me or my
excited to play
neighbors.
the guitar. Like
doesn't affect me or my neighbors.
Yeah, but it's just an app.
It's just an app, dude.
it's like Christmas lights.
Oh my god, dude.
It's the same idea.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
one of the worst
I will
takes
say, I
ever.
think most years I think I've always deleted the Masters app.
There you go.
Actually, now that I think about it.
That's weird.
there's
Just
no
leave
way
it.
that's true.
It's got like 15 megs of storage.
But see, you're.
I'll let it go up
it's not
into the
about
cloud and then come back
It's almost
down.
like
Did
if
you
you all right,
tweet
let's-
about downloading it again?
No, just when it updates itself, because every 2 months or a month before the Masters starts, it gives
spins.
itself an update that you gotta
I also think
download that update.
well, sorry about saying this next thing I'm going to say, but I think tweets about it have jumped the shark.
Yeah.
This guy did it.
Well,
think tweets,
I did it a year
Lurch did it.
ago.
tweets about the app and
Which I felt like
re-downloading
was
it have
kinda new.
jumped the shark.
Felt like a year ago kind of work, but yeah, I agree with you. It's a lot.
It's like Christmas lights.
I like the app. I think the app makes my home screen prettier.
I agree.
Put it
It's
on
just
my
nice having it
The
there.
green is
Pops.
It's beautiful for sure.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I
on
love
page
it.
7 for me. I just pulled down, hit M.
I don't like the way you organize your apps. Just thinking about it. You just got apps everywhere?
Organization doesn't matter when you do what he does, though.
I know.
It's just a search bar.
It's crazy.
It's really
Whole new
it's
way.
innovative. It's
Whole new
amazing.
way.
Sometimes I'll take the Uber Eats app or something and I'll drag it way far, just so that I won't click
Now
on
you
it.
know you just gotta hit you.
Yeah, no, now that little self hack is over.
Dude, I hit you all the time. It's crazy. Also, do you think that that's the last thing that you're gonna learn about the iPhone that I just told you guys? Like that's a feature that no one in this room knew.
No.
And it was a pretty common, well-known feature, and I just taught you guys something about your iPhone. You know everything about your iPhone.
I got a feature that I can teach the listeners. You guys might know about it. When you are typing and you make a mistake,
Hold down.
if you hold down on the keyboard, I
Old
do the
news,
space
dude.
bar, you can move it around to wherever you want.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Shout out Brendan Clancy. He taught me that.
I knew that.
I knew that.
No, I know, but I knew there'd be people here who knew that. Like if you type and then you can just kind of move it around. You can move the cursor wherever you
I
need
didn't
it.
know that.
Okay.
Really?
No, I'm lying to you. Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
So there's
Testy over
definitely
there.
people who
Speaking of Testy,
are
we have
listening
that
who
guy
didn't know
Anthony
that.
Testy who won that. We were just
Oh.
talking about that.
Tony
This dude,
Ballsack?
Tony Ballsack. We got to play
Tony
with that guy.
Ballsack. You haven't
He
played
bet-
him yet?
No, he bet he bought $100 worth of merch during Black Friday. We said that he would be our winner, so we got to go play golf with him. It's just the golf season's just started.
Yeah, it's April 10th.
April 10th.
We're
Masters
from
just
Northeastern
happened.
guys.
We're gonna go
I
play.
thought that was a long time ago.
It was a
when
long
that-
time. It was in November.
Oh, wow. Okay, I thought that was last golf season. You could've
No,
fit
Black
that
Friday.
Okay.
Owens Mixers. We had a lot of Owens Mixers this week.
in. You okay,
Was
Frank?
Black Friday in November?
Yes.
Yeah. Late
So
November.
why'd you say that to when I said it was in November?
What's happening?
I said it was in November, and you go no Black Friday.
No, I don't think I said no. I said Black Friday.
Okay, that's why I looked at you and I looked around the room to
was
make
a-
sure that I knew when Black Friday
No, it was
was.
an affirmation.
You
I got
started to
it.
make me think that I said something that we were going to have to cut out of the podcast.
No, you said. I thought you said no. It's Black Friday, and I was like, man, I guess Black Friday's in October. I was like, I just thought I
I
was.
don't
wrong.
think I said no. Maybe I did. I didn't mean
The
to.
audio won't lie.
Owens Mixers?
Owens?
So we were at the Barstool Chicago office, which was a blast. Love those guys. And then we were also at the bar at Barstool River North, and we were having a bunch of the old Owens transfusions. And I have to say, having a nice cocktail watching the Masters is one of the more delightful experiences I've ever had in my entire life. Owens Craft Mixers, if you didn't know already, which you should, but if you didn't know, I'll tell you right now, gives anybody the ability to create a high-quality cocktail right at home. We actually have, too. On Monday coming out, we have a cocktail draft with the Barstool Chicago office.
We do.
Right, we do.
So people can, we go through and, was it 20? No, 25.
Yeah, five rounds of 5.
Yeah.
5 rounds of 5. So 25 cocktails. We do a draft, first pick all the way to the 25th pick. And when it comes to cocktails, a lot of them come up. It's a discussion. I started thinking about different cocktails. You don't have to be some mixologist. You don't have to be an expert in the bartending game. You can just get Owens and just add Owens. You literally pour your favorite liquor, then just add Owens, and you're good to go. What's going on with you? What are you
Yankees
doing?
just tied up 3-3. We have a nice little Barstool Sports.
Wow.
We got them at plus 175 or whatever it was when they were down 2-0.
We're all on this, right?
Three.
No, I didn't
3.
bet because I got no cash.
Okay. Responsibly.
Responsibly. Right, but I had my responsible allotment of gambling this weekend, and I went through that amount. So we're gonna just
3-3.
we're gonna hold off, and I know
Let's
this bet's gonna
go
hit because I'm one of
Yanks.
the all-time losers when it comes to gambling.
They are pounding them right now. It was 2-0, and there was no hits for the Yankees in like the third inning, and now they have 9 hits. It's 3-3. They're
What
just
inning?
getting base hits. It's the
go
5th
Yanks.
inning.
That's going to be a clip I'm going to
Bottom
ask for
5,
from
second
Jake
and
Bass of you.
Totally
I'm
fine.
one of the all-time losers. I'm going to have him just cut it right there.
Done.
Jake Bass is like, ooh,
Second and third, 2 outs. too.
that's that good promo stuff.
Yeah, seriously. Fuck.
They have a variety over at Owens mixers that pair with any spirit, including the Barstool Transfusion. Owens at the majority of stadiums and arenas across the country. So if you're going to a game, get yourself an Owens cocktail. You just add Owens. It's that simple. Go to owensmixers.com. Check the store locator. You can find a store that has Owens near you. If you don't feel like getting off the couch, order on Amazon or get it delivered in less than 30 minutes on GoPuff. So go check out owensmixers.com. It's fantastic. People were raving about it all weekend. The Barstool Chicago guys were raving about it. There's a bunch of folks that work with us behind the scenes that had never tried one. And when we shut down the live stream, they came over because we had a bunch of Owens everywhere. So I'm going to try that transfusion for the first time. Every one of them loved it.
They also sprinkled in a couple of cranberry cans.
Yeah, I
that
hadn't
were
seen
people were
those
kind of
before.
going nuts for.
Mm-hmm.
So people really like those too. Everything Owens does is great.
Owensmixers.com. Check out the store locator, or you can get it in 30 minutes on GoPuff. You can order on Amazon. Just add Owens. Make yourself a delicious cocktail really quickly. Tyrrell Hatton. So we mentioned him earlier. Him and Billy Horschel played together today on Sunday. And, early on there wasn't that much going on. We were all kind of tuning into the app and the featured group coverage because Tiger Woods was going to play. And they just kept cutting between basically the Billy Horschel and Tyrrell Hatton group and the Tiger Woods group and John Rahm. And boy, are those two must-watch lunatics on the golf course.
They're actually an interesting duo because I find Tyrrell Hatton's anger to be quite charming.
Yeah.
I find it to be
funny.
funny and interesting. And what was it on? Was it on 13 this week? I think on Saturday, where he was used. I don't know if he used his club as like a gun and was just like. Did you guys see that?
He's
clip?
so crazy that it's funny, but
Right.
to him, it's not funny.
No, I know.
No,
but
it's
then on
not.
the flip side of that, Billy Horschel, I watched that and I'm like,
Hide,
ugh.
hide your kids.
It's just like what
Hide
I don't
everyone
like that.
around
I don't.
Billy
It's
Horschel.
not appealing to me in any way whatsoever, and I find it the opposite of charming. And it was interesting to have those two guys paired together because I still felt that way watching them have similar reactions to poor shots, and I'm just watching Hatton like I like that guy.
When Billy starts helicoptering clubs around the golf course, you like run to the remote and hit like whoop, and you turn it off in case the kids see it.
Right,
You're like, oh boy, shit.
Our boy Colt was actually
Almost like a
sticking
sex
up
scene.
for
Right, if
Billy
you-
today.
if-
HBO show.
If Billy Horschel was a channel, you would block it from the kids.
Oh, you're
watching
like
it.
you can't be watching Billy. You don't want to be doing that when you're out there.
That's
son.
right.
I think it was the 9th hole. Tyrrell pulled it kind of over the left trees, but it flew them and we landed right in the fairway, so it was all good things. And Billy, I guess, made a line of like, "Oh, clear those trees or get through" or something like that. And our boy Colt stood up for him, was like, "Billy's a joy to play with. He always roots for the other golfer," which maybe there's a side to Billy we don't know.
There was a moment where he had his arm around Tyrrell Hatton walking off one of the tees today, and there were a couple quotes about that because afterward they interviewed Billy about Tyrrell Hatton's like emotions on the course. And I will say too, because I used to just write "fuck Billy Horschel" on some of my blogs back in the day. I used to write golf blogs that had nothing to do with Billy Horschel, and I would just write at the end "fuck Billy Horschel," just for this reason we're talking about. He's very unlikable. Billy Horschel in the last 6 months or so, whenever we've seen him at events, has been super nice to us, and I think he's going to come on the podcast. So I've come around a little bit more, but I don't disagree with you that watching him versus Tyrrell Hatton, it's kind of endearing watching Tyrrell Hatton.
Yes.
And he had some quotes afterwards. They said, "Did you keep do you feel like you kept your emotions in check out there?" He goes, "No." He goes, "When you are clearly bottom of the field during the weekend, even if I feel like I've hit good shots out there, I've not been rewarded for them. So it's a case of you just lose a bit of interest. Certainly, with the scores I had going, it's not even trying to build on anything for next week. I'm just trying to ideally get off the golf course as fast as possible. I can say it wasn't really a fun walk, but maybe I'll be better off if I come back being a caddy here rather than trying to hit golf shots.
That's funny.
It's a great line. It's a great line.
See, that's funny.
It's likable.
And then
Up until that last line, and if you had said that was a Billy Horschel quote, I'd have been like, ugh.
And then Billy said about Tyrrell, I love Tyrrell. Tyrrell is great. He gets upset, but he is over it. He doesn't carry on. He is over it right after he does it, and it's over. You can talk to him 5 seconds after he gets pissed at something, and he is fine. There are guys out here that mope and pout and carry themselves when they hit a bad shot.
He's talking about himself.
And they're not fun to play with. I don't mind if someone gets angry, but just don't pout and mope around.
Maybe that's what we're picking up. Tyrrell runs hot, really hot,
Yeah,
but
0 to
it
60
burns
fast.
out. It burns out fast. Billy, I think, carries it with him all
He's
day.
the one that had that quote about.
That was
about
Billy saying that. Was he looking into a mirror?
Sometimes self-awareness is tough to,
Jesus.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, like a
Sometimes
voice
it's
in his
tough,
head.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's not
I'm
self-aware.
pretty mad right now about something knockoff related.
What's that?
Boop. I'm about to spoil something for Better Call Saul in about 2 seconds. Boop.
Tell him to skip 5 minutes.
Skip 5 minutes. Boop. I was just
Couch.
scrolling through Twitter and Instagram, and I've watched Better Call Saul. It's the precursor, or what's the word?
Spinoff.
Spinoff, but it's
The prequel.
Precursor. Jesus.
Precursor.
Guess it kind of works.
I guess
Yeah.
it overlaps a little bit.
What's the word
So
you
the
couldn't come up with?
prequel,
Breaking Bad.
the prequel of Breaking Bad. Love Breaking Bad. Fucking love Better
I'm
Call
rewatching
Saul.
it right
I've
now.
watched 5 seasons of fucking Better Call Saul. We've waited for a long time for season 6. I've been jacked up for every single fucking episode for 5 years about Better Call Saul.
The people who love Better Call Saul love
I
Better
fucking
Call
love
Saul.
Better Call Saul
Yeah.
because it's just that world. I love everything about
It's
it.
a cool world.
I go on fucking Instagram and Twitter, fucking Lights Camera Barstool. It's all over Twitter and Instagram. There's just a huge picture plastered all over that fucking Walter White and Jesse Pinkman will appear in season 6 of Better Call Saul. It's a moment I've been waiting for to just experience, like, how are they going to intertwine them if they're going to show up on the show. And the season premieres like next week. Why would AMC release that? AMC put out their back before the season started.
Yeah,
Why
that's
the
not good,
fuck?
because
Bro, here's my point.
Okay.
It's a fucking prequel series. If you're into that show, you're like want to know if you're watching Better Call Saul, you're watching it because
wondering.
you love Breaking Bad so much that like that oh shit moment means so much to you. Like, it's not like this is fucking Game of Thrones that you want to like hype up to everyone and be like, hey, watch this show. It's already season 6.
Well,
You should have already been watching Better Call Saul. You don't need to hype it up to anyone. You shouldn't be promoting anything.
I agree with you because, and I think
That made me really mad.
that show,
It's the biggest moment of the whole
that
series.
show in
Hard
itself,
to tell.
has done this in the past because I watched the first couple seasons of Better Call Saul as well, and I won't give the name of the person who's in the show who's in Breaking Bad, who's also in Better Call Saul, but they do it in a cool way.
I don't want to ruin it, but here comes this shot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give the name of the guy.
I'm not going to ruin
Oh,
it,
no.
but,
there is a
Well, I already ruined it because I got it ruined for. I mean, it's literally AMC
No.
literally put it out on their
I got a
Instagram.
question for you. Would you not ruin something for something else if it was ruined for you?
If it wasn't this public, I wouldn't have done it for everyone else. I actually would have gotten mad at myself for ruining it for other people.
oh,
But
you
it's
would.
all over.
But if Lights
Right.
Camera Barstool has it, then it's
Dude,
widespread.
they
No,
would
no.
never put it out if
No,
it wasn't
no.
so
I guess
big.
my
Totally.
question would be
Jeff
like,
D-Lo hates that shit.
Yeah.
if it's something got ruined for you, Frankie, I just don't see that you're the guy that would internalize that and not just ruin it for everybody else.
I think it depends on what it is.
Yeah, I think it depends on what it
Okay.
is. If it's like that Panarin's like quitting the game of hockey and like is going back to Russia and I'm the only one that knows about it and I want to tell everyone, I'm going to fucking plaster it all over the internet. But if it's like something that people actually enjoy,
I think if you found out about the Walter White thing by different means,
I would not.
You would not have said
No,
it.
dude, I've like been mad about spoilers all the time. Like I
Yeah.
freak out about shit like
Panarin's a great player.
Yeah, I wonder why they would do
that. Dude,
that.
why it's like they're trying to get people to like tune into season 6. Like, what? You have to watch all 5 seasons anyway. So why are you like promoting that moment?
Do you know who I'm talking about when they did this earlier in the
course.
show? Yeah, it was a cool way to do it.
I'm sick to my stomach, dude. I've been waiting for that for a long time. And Saul, what's his name, the actor?
Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk like had like a heart attack and he almost
did,
died
yeah.
on set. So like we've been waiting for 2 years for this episode. The Masters.
None of you's like hyped that you know what's happening.
No, it's ruined.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. But imagine just watching it and just being like,
Oh my
"Oh,
God, there they
fuck."
are. It's happening.
Because like right now in the series, he's like becoming Saul Goodman. Like literally, like got a thing. He changed his name to Saul. It's all good, man.
Yep.
That was his like. That's how he came up with Saul Goodman.
Yep.
It's all good, man. Pretty cool.
I watched like a season of that and then I dropped off. I should
It's
maybe
good.
get into that.
It's amazing.
Breaking Bad is
Dude, this is like the same thing.
The best.
It's the same shit, dude.
You got
It's
a lot of
fucking-
Mike Ehrmantraut.
A lot of Mike. It's really good. And I was just waiting for that moment that he finally gets his new office. You know, the Statue of Liberty, all the pillars are in there, whatever it is. And then like he walks out and he's calling someone out, and I was waiting for fucking Jesse to just be sitting there. Because like now Breaking
But
Bad's
then the
about to
show
start.
will be over then.
Right, because it's the last season.
Yeah.
So like I was waiting for that. Like, are they gonna do it? Dude, there was interviews of Walter White of fucking all these guys saying they were never gonna do it, that they're done with those characters.
They were playing the game.
Fuck me.
You think Scottie Scheffler watches that?
I wonder.
That'd be a show that feels like it's down
Yeah.
his, down his
Yeah, I think
alley.
he's a TV guy for
Up
sure.
his alley?
I can see him in
Down
Meredith.
his
like,
alley?
Up his alley.
Up his alley.
yeah.
That's up your alley.
I said down.
I guess
All
if
right.
something's up your alley, it could be down your alley.
Well,
It's
thanks
just
for
in
letting
the
me get that
alley.
off my chest on a big platform. I'm happy
You're
about
welcome.
that.
You're
Thank
welcome. I hope you didn't ruin it for somebody else. You
you. I
think
definitely
you
did by accident, but
There's got to be
A
a few
lot of
people
people
out
got that ruined by you.
yeah.
there. Should we put should we put something before it? Like,
I don't want to
don't.
ruin this, but should
If
we put the
you're
Faldo
that
clip
into
in there?
Better Call Saul, you know. You're gonna
You
find out.
are. Maybe we can put.
The Faldo clip in there.
well, that's too inside. Nobody's gonna know that.
What do you mean?
But no one's gonna just hear the Faldo clip and be like, okay, I better not listen for the next.
No, but then we'll put the show as well. I'm not going to ruin this about. Just a little clip in there.
All right.
It's
wait,
really interesting the way your brain
Take
works.
this audio.
I
that
like
I'm
it.
about
I
to-
like it.
Take this audio.
It's
That
just a little disconnected.
Take
from-
this audio that I'm about to say and put it right before I spoil it. Boop. I'm about to spoil something for Better Call Saul in about 2 seconds. Boop.
Tell them to skip 5 minutes.
Skip 5 minutes. Boop.
Are we back now in real
Yeah,
time?
we're back in real time.
I don't know where we are.
Keep all that.
Keep that all, but put that in the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right. So they're gonna hear that twice.
Randomly, we're talking about fucking Scottie, and then it's just you go boop. I'm about to. It's so random. I'm about to spoil something about Better Call Saul.
Wow. What a
Wow.
podcast. What a massive
That is
podcast.
a fucking golf podcast. Sorry
John-
to our haters.
John Rahm, while we're talking about the Billy Horschels and the Tyrrell Hattons, John Rahm, for someone who it feels like came a long way, and he had the whole bomb diffusing fucking phase where he went through and the meltdown at Sawgrass a few years ago, felt like he had come such a long way. He was number 1 in the world. He won the U.S. Open, all this stuff. Thursday, he seemed a little troubled, I thought, this week. And Thursday, and it might be because he's not playing as well, his putting stats aren't great, but he was asked after his round Thursday, all right, John, can you just take us through your round today? And his response to that was, that's my most hated question on the planet, not happy. And then he went on and say, played great golf, got 4 mud balls. What am I supposed to do about that? That is what it is. It's bad luck, and it's what pisses me off. That's all I can say.
That is a question that has pissed off professional athletes for a long time, or not that specific question, but the way that they phrase it. It'd be like they'll ask LeBron James, like, tell us about the third quarter, and that's not a question. You're just saying
It's a command.
Yeah, it's like you have to if you're. I'm not saying you have to, but it seems like professional athletes prefer if you actually give them a question as opposed to talk about this, talk about that. It's like, well, that's not very specific. Talk about your round of golf. It's like, holy fuck, I played 18 holes. I was out there for 5 hours. What do you want me to say? It's professional athletes don't like that format of a question. Is what I have seen.
I think you're right. I think it does come off kind of like a command. Like
You're doing the work, and you're making them do the work.
that's right.
You're making they're like, all right, well, which part of it? Like, I don't understand.
Why don't you come up with a fucking question? Do your job.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Tell me about this. Talk about this. It's like, ask me to answer something.
But if you're calm in that moment, you can answer that question any way that you want. You know what I mean? Like if the
I know.
if the responder is calm and you say, "Tell me about the third quarter," it's like, yeah, we just missed a couple shots, couldn't really rebound well. We made it to the fourth quarter.
You're right.
I've always said that about John Tortorella. Like, dude, it takes 2 seconds out of your day to answer a fucking question. You get paid. Like, the reason why you're in the
that guy's nuts.
the
dude.
reason why we're all watching TV is because, like, we like the game and we're paying the money to go to the games and all. Just answer a question for us. Is it
He'll
that
take a
hard to be
reporter
like,
to
yeah,
just
we
go
play.
F themselves.
He literally he'll sit down and just be like, go fuck yourself and just go back to the locker room. It's like,
With like a
what
good
just happened?
question. Like,
What just happened?
looked
It
like
would
you had a
suck.
spark with
John
about
Rahm
5
doing
minutes
that's
left in the
like-
first period.
It-
like,
Like, hey,
defense
John,
were
like
engaging.
we watch you like all the time. Can you just answer a question about why you're playing bad?
I understand both sides of it, but like, imagine you just had the worst day of work ever, and then you have to sit down and be like, "Hey, tell us about that horrible day you
I
just
get
had."
it, but it's
like,
a little
fuck.
I
Yeah,
guess,
right.
I guess if like
Right.
the people that It's hard.
It's different to
because
answer
of-
that one time, but if you have a reputation for that.
They're being paid handsomely to be put in these situations, and I understand
It's
all
entertainment.
that. But they are human beings. Where at the end
They
of the day,
are.
where it's like, I had a shitty day, and now you're gonna ask me specifics about my shitty day. Like that sucks.
100%, but there's a difference between answering that once and it being your reputation. Because like, yeah, you can blow up in the
Yeah,
moment.
but I
or,
don't think
like,
that's Rob's reputation.
Right. So I think he gets a free pass for that.
Tortorella and things
Yeah,
like that.
Ron
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
gets a free pass
Reputation
at that.
was-
I'm not mad about Ron. I'm just saying sometimes it just irks me the wrong way where it's like, oh, you couldn't like even bear to think about answering a question from a reporter. Like, dude, without the NHL and reporters and questions and fans, you'd be doing this in a backyard pond.
Yeah, I guess-
Or, like, why aren't you happy about everything that you're doing in your life?
If you're always a dick, that's different.
It's like people come up on such a small level. They come up to us and want to know everything about Barstool. We just answer. Like imagine we're just like, what are you talking about? I have no time for anyone. It's like, oh, I'm a huge fan. I listen to literally every single show. Like, can you answer this question for me? We answer all. Like, you have to be a normal human being.
And again, I get both sides. And the reporter's probably just like, this is my job. I'm just trying to get something
You
I
gotta
can
just
put
be
in a
fake
tweet,
about it.
or I
I
can
know.
put.
Ron could be fake about it. Just be fake
In
in that moment. You're mad. You're fake.
I see both sides a little bit.
Yeah, I see it a little bit.
I
for
can
sure.
understand how you get about. You're right. Like in theory, if you take full perspective, Rom should, and I'm sure he understands this, but he should just be like, take his time, take a deep breath. Like, yeah, I'm happy to answer this. It wasn't my best round.
Make
I
the
felt
reporter
I got
feel
a
like an
couple more
asshole
balls.
the way you answer. Just be like, yeah, I really just didn't play great.
Yeah,
Like,
that guy kind of has a shitty day. It sucks.
so I'm saying, like, do it in that way if you really want to dig at him.
What do you do?
Like, you just like answer it in like a sarcastic, like, yeah, I really had a great day out there, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be funnier. That would be more entertaining than like, I hate that question. Don't ever ask me that again.
Yeah,
Because we're gonna ask you that next week if you miss a cut.
true.
Yeah, that is gonna. Yeah, I would just ask him that if I saw.
Oh my god, if he misses the cut in his next tournament, there's like, oh, like what? He's just gonna be like, I hate this fucking question so much.
That's why we're not in those rooms, I think.
No,
Yeah,
we're not allowed
there's
in
no
there.
way. Also,
I like
if
John
you-
Rahm, by the way.
Me too.
I don't-
I do too. If you sit in those, or you sit here and you listen to these pressers that they do, and Tiger goes out, everybody like an alarming number of the questions suck.
I think Daniel Rappaport might be up there for the best.
He's great at
I
it.
think he's the best in the room right now.
I think he
Especially
is
for the
too.
young guys. I follow him on Twitter, specifically for when he's in the room. I think he gets the most engaging, Twitter-worthy quotes that I see.
Didn't
Yeah, 'cause
Tiger
him
let him
and
try
Dylan.
again this year?
Him and Dylan DeChair, but does Dylan like ask
Dylan
questions?
does a good job.
He
Yeah,
asks in
Dylan
there?
asks a lot of questions.
So yeah, I think those two. I mean, we're like in their circle, so like we're kind of friends with them. But
But I
don't-
think they know what people actually want. Some of the people in the room, they don't ask. I don't know how to describe it. Like during Tiger's press conference on Tuesday, some guy asked Tiger like, what's a tradition that you do every year when you come to the Masters? And even Tiger was like, I don't know. I've been coming here for 20 years. I don't know.
But then Danny Rappaport was like, "Are you gonna win this thing this week?"
Danny knows
And
what's
we were
going
like,
to move.
"Holy shit!" That's what we would have fucking asked. Are you
Yeah.
gonna win this week? And it was
Do
the
you think you
biggest
can win this week? And he goes, I do.
yeah, it's the biggest quote in like Masters like recent history.
He knows. Danny knows what's going to move the needle.
That was awesome.
I've never called him Danny before, but
Neither did
somebody
I. I
else, somebody
said it.
started doing it, so I
I
did it
said
too.
it. He's Danny now.
I hate one of their go-tos all the time is, you're here at the Masters this week. What does this mean to you? And it's just like, that is like, to
Yeah.
me, that's such a vague, like, that means like that I'm like physically, I'm just here right now. That's what it means.
I wish-
you know
yeah,
what I
I
mean?
wish
It's like,
I know.
I don't know. I'm here.
Yeah.
We might be one of those. We might be those guys who are bad at answering questions.
I wish the
Like Ron.
I wish
Like,
the
real
I wish
stupid
the
question.
room questions had like more heart in them. Like, I mean, then you're just talking about like a podcast interview. Like when we talk to people, we get like when we ask a question, you can tell that we genuinely want to hear the answer. I hate when a room question comes out where it's like we're just trying to get something on paper. That's
Yeah.
where you lose me. Where it's like you're just trying to get like black ink on white paper so you can just punch it in and you got your job done. Like a Danny Rappaport question feels like he's trying to get somewhere because he genuinely wants to know the answer, like for his followers.
But the reason they don't do that is because you bring risk into it.
Right.
Right.
If they don't risk it, you cultivate a relationship. Every time
True.
they see you, it's black ink on white paper. They know what they're going to get from you. But if you are a wild card, like this podcast to a degree, you kind of lose a relationship and you don't get the answer. So it's not as friendly in those rooms. So they kind of can't play that game.
It's a nice little tease for our interview with Ian Rappaport. We talk about all this stuff.
Yeah. it was
What to
great.
report, what not to report. You have a really good reputation with people. You have a really good relationship with people.
Access
You find
journalism.
something that's like maybe ruin someone's life, or it's like, do I do it or do I hold on to that? And then the next thing that happens, it's like it's not the same because these guys are just reporting that guy's like digging for stuff. But fuck, man, it's a wild
But like,
life.
if we were on the beat of the PJ Tour, week to week. I think we last 3 weeks before no one touches us.
Or we become like vanilla cookie dough.
Right, or wears you down and we
Where
start
you
to play
just
the
like,
game.
I don't give a fuck.
We
I
start
guess-
putting black ink on white paper, which I love, by the way.
Did you like that little
I
thing
love
I said?
that.
Never heard it, but I kind of rolled off the tongue.
I love it.
Yeah, that's good. I guess for my example, would be like I like when what I would expect out of people that ask questions for a living, like legitimate journalists that are in this room ask questions. Like with my oh, what does this week mean to you? Example, I'd rather be like, Tucker, you've won the Masters 5 times, and now you're back here after everything you've been to. Where does being here like rank in your like major championship? And then it's like you contextualize it and you give him like a real way.
Yeah.
Because I think he did say like this has been one of the most meaningful weeks of my career outside of like for a tournament I didn't win, and that's like how you get I think to something like poignant and real, and so I'm stunned when I listen to these press conferences at some of the just like shitty, thoughtless questions that they send at these people.
Yeah, I do think that is born out of, and I did it again. I said that again. I said that a lot last podcast too.
Born out of.
I think
Like,
you're
it's just-
really analyzing all the things you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying things that I don't normally say, which I like. I like those
reading
things.
more books.
No,
Okay.
I'm actually reading less books, but I don't remember what I was gonna say. It doesn't matter. You made a good point.
We talked about
know-
the Scottie chip, right? The chip in
We talked about it like
for a second.
We
Yeah.
talked about how it kind of
Settle
brought
him
his day
down.
back down.
Did we talk about that on the podcast?
I don't know
I
that
did.
we did.
I mentioned.
You
it.
did?
Yeah.
It brought you down.
Yeah, because we said like after he cried this morning, and then the first and second hole, it's like
Yeah.
holy shit. Third hole, bring you down.
well, Brando's just talking like it's the biggest shot that he possibly could have
Masters
hit.
moment, as you
They
said.
were. It was a Masters moment. He was up 1 at the time.
Alliteration, master moment.
He was up 1 at the time. So his 3-shot lead was now 1, and he's off the green with a chip, like a really tough chip from
Just
the same
hit a bad drive and came up short on his wedge shot.
Cam Smith's in the same spot, who's clearly playing better than him. Went birdie on the first 2 holes to start, and you're like, oh my god, I was just puking 3 hours ago, crying like a baby, like over my breakfast, and Meredith had to console me, and I'm so
Yeah.
nervous. And now he has to hit this chip, and he fucking drains it, hits a skip hop and a hoop right into the hole. Are you kidding me?
That was so sick.
It was.
The
absolutely
thing
so
went
sick.
into the fucking mound.
It was dead center.
and then checked on a little downhill slope and just went dead center into the hole.
But if that
an
misses,
impossible chip.
honestly, if that misses the hole, I think he's got 8-10 feet coming back.
And then Cam Smith blows it by and then misses the comebacker.
Yeah.
It's a 3-shot swing or 2-shot. What is that? That's a 2-shot swing?
2-shot,
Or is it a 3-shot?
3-shot.
What? 2-shot swing.
Was it a 2-shot
He
swing?
made
Did he-
birdie, Cam made bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that checks out. Oh boy, yeah, that checks out. Yeah.
Here's another Scottie quote. My identity isn't a golf scorer. Like Meredith told me this morning, if you win this golf tournament, if you lose by 10 shots, if you never win another golf tournament again, I'm still going to love you. You're still going to be the same person.
I'm telling you, man, this guy has
Third
no.
team.
He's got no vision
Third team.
board. No vision board. He ain't
Yeah,
looking at
they've,
anything,
like-
man. He's just fucking showing up. And I get what Riggs is saying that he lives for it, but I'm mentally, and maybe it's a lie, maybe it's a facade, maybe it's like a mechanism to like actually have success. Maybe it's a whole fabrication of like what you actually have to think about. But he does not care from week to week. He just goes out and plays golf. I genuinely believe that. He has no expectations. Maybe
Yeah.
he does because he fucking thinks he's the best. Or whatever. You have to. At
No,
that
I
level.
think it's probably something
somewhere in between.
the way he thinks is something that he came upon later in his career or when he met Meredith or
Yeah.
something where he was probably before that he's probably too wrapped up in it.
he said that.
His
on our-
caddy
He
said
told
that.
us that the first time, too, that we interviewed him. Because we were like,
He
dude,
did
you're
say
such a
that.
cool, calm, collected customer. Like, what? You ever get mad? And he's like,
I
oh,
used to get
yeah.
really mad.
He's like, oh, yeah. Like, really mad.
I would imagine that this mindset now is an overcorrection from his original mindset.
And winning the Masters is going to help him. I mean, he might be like in Office Space where he just doesn't know anything. He's just been completely reset now.
Right. Well, yeah, it's working, so he's going to buy even more into it. You're right.
Reset.
So,
The voicemails are going to be hitting him
Yeah.
every second. He's not even going to answer his phone.
yeah.
I saw on like Instagram, I think last
Scottie.
week he had like $50,000. I think I just
He's
checked.
got
like,
130. something.
130, but
Dave wrote because he followed Dave. So Dave screenshot the follow back thing. He goes, I guess the only way I'll follow you back is if you win the Masters. Like basically saying like the only time Dave follows people back is if they're Masters champions. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. And then Dave put up a picture. Dave did 2 Instagram stories with Scottie Scheffler, which is going to make Scottie Scheffler's life.
Oh,
We
he's
know
going to go
that.
crazy.
He's gonna go crazy. He's a huge Barstool guy. Then the second picture he put up is him just holding the trophy of the clubhouse, and he just wrote like, "Told you this was the best Masters ever." Dave wrote.
Yeah.
Because he was saying it was a joke before.
Yeah, I want to get to the haters. First, I get to Body Armor Light is the low-calorie sports drink hydrating your active lifestyle. We love Body Armor Light. We've been drinking this stuff all weekend long. For years, we've been drinking Body Armor Light. It's fantastic. It's delicious. There's no sugar added, no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. It's got electrolytes, vitamins, antioxidants, coconut water, and it tastes fantastic. It's the official sports drink of Dustin Johnson, who is your 2020 Masters winner. He got the 20 under par, I believe, won by like 6 that year, and hydrates the top golfers in the world. All flavors of Body Armor are available for order on Amazon right now. Body Armor Light, and now we've spoken a lot about how growing up you have these different energy drinks that you think are good for you. Find out there's a bunch of crap in them that's not good for you, even though they're delicious. Body Armor Light is figured out with the no sugar added, with the no artificial sweeteners, with electrolytes and vitamins and antioxidants, that this is a drink that tastes fantastic and also has everything that you're going to need and is great for you. So no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes, and none of that bad crap. All the good stuff. All flavors of Body Armor are available for order on Amazon right now. I got a bunch of Body Armor Light in my apartment. Drink it all the time. It's good for you. All flavors Body Armor available Amazon right now. Go check it out. Couple haters. I saw Dave tweet that this Masters has sucked. I saw Kirk Minahan, who loves the Masters, who tweeted worst Masters ever. And then I actually texted him. He said, overreaction in the moment, zero drama, not Scheffler's fault. Last 3 Masters have been drama-free. I think there's some truth to that. I can understand that. If you're tuning in as a, I'm not going to say cat because Kirk's a diehard golf guy, but if you're someone like Dave, who you like the drama of the Masters, you like when somebody hits it in the water on 12 and there's chaos and it's a roller coaster and it's flip-flop back and forth and there's huge, huge putts that people have to make down the stretch to try to keep it, or Tiger chips in on 16 to like create the most electric Masters moment in history. Like, we didn't get any of that. So I can understand that.
It was nice for us because for a while we were drunk on Tiger. That was taking up all of it for us. And then, our guy Scottie ends up winning by however many strokes, and he was dominating the tournament during the weekend. So, like, it was nice for us. I could see, as someone who's not like a huge Scottie Scheffler guy, that you're just kind of like, oh, well, this guy that I don't know a ton about other than he's won 3 out of the last 5 weeks, that's not going to move the needle for me.
It was a big foreplay Masters. There's no doubt about it. I was pretty jacked up for everything that happened from Thursday to Sunday. I just was. I could see completely agreeing with Dave's take and all these other guys' takes about if you're just a casual fan, you're like, if you're watching the Masters with hope that someone's going to collapse so that it gets tighter, and then watching him do what he was doing where it was just like fairway, green, make a putt, and just like stay at 10 under, 11 under, 12 under, that's frustrating. And there's no worse viewing of golf than when like things are frustrating to like. It's already a boring game to like compared to a basketball game or a hockey game or a football game as a casual sports fan. Or like Dave goes from fucking betting $500,000 on basketball games or whatever he's been doing to like watching that. It's like that was just such a methodical win on the back nine for Scottie that's not exciting at all.
Yeah,
it's not comparable to anything else Dave's experienced in sports for the last like 5 months. They've been watching like buzzer beaters and fucking football games, and like we go crazy about the Masters. He's like, this shit's boring. And that's true. He just watched it today, and it was boring.
I think you also have to appreciate what he did on 18 yesterday, recovery-wise.
Yeah.
And then what he did on 1 also today. He pulls it in the left trees, and as you said, that ball just touched the green. From where he was, rolled through. It's like the fact that it touched the green, he makes par there. You're like, holy hell. So his recovery in short game was off the charts, and you had to appreciate that. Because, there was no storyline of him nipping at the heels. When Cam Smith win the water on 12, it was like, okay, nobody's really out there with the holes to play. But he still executed every shot that he had to until he had to putt on the 18th green where he made a mockery of it.
I mean, maybe to the point of the people who weren't having as much fun watching this as we were. On Saturday, the biggest storyline was a vest.
Yeah.
Which
Exactly.
we love.
It's hilarious.
Between
what the fuck was he doing with that thing?
I can't wait to hopefully talk to him.
I think he was just trying to stay warm.
Was it superstitious at some point?
At some point,
I just think he's trying to stay warm, and he doesn't love it when he swings, so he just took it off.
Clearly, that's obvious. I'm just
but
saying.
Once
at
it
some point,
starts working, I think he's like, I have to put this vest on.
Every single shot to the point where everyone on Twitter is like, at some point, this is superstitious.
Wanted to keep the core warm,
I guess so, yeah.
But I agree because, like, some point if he wasn't
one shot, he walked down fairway without the vest on.
Every
if
time
he
he
wasn't
put it on.
playing well, he wouldn't have put it back on and off. But
what did he shoot yesterday?
1 under, I think.
1 under.
He shot 71, so he put that vest on and off like 71 times. I mean, I think sometimes he put it on after a putt, and he had to wait for like the next guy. I mean, it was crazy. It was literally crazy.
But that was burning up social media on Saturday. And it's like, we like that shit, but I could see
There
how
was
someone.
one
Right,
tweet
that's the
where-
biggest story
There was
line.
one tweet where it was the 4 photos, and it was like tomorrow if he wins, it's gonna be like an absolute scene when he has to put on the green jacket because it was all the photos of him struggling to get it on. And then today, I think in the cabin when he went to go put it on, he got his arm caught right there under his armpit, and like just really, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was very, very funny.
A couple facts here real quick. Justin Ray tweeted out there were 0 eagles made this week on the 15th hole. Keep in mind they moved that hole back like 15, 20 yards or however many yards they moved it back. The first time that has happened at the Masters since 1965.
Stunning.
Wow.
And then we obviously have to talk about Cam Smith, who really did what would have made it. It happened the other way. He did what if Scottie would have made the tournament what all these folks are hoping that it would have been.
Instead, it ended the
Which is
tournament.
matter because he still, I mean, I think Scottie had a 3-shot lead at the time, and then the guy, 2 or 3-shot lead, and then the guy that is chasing him hits it in the water, makes triple on 12 that really kind of just sealed the entire tournament. It
And
was
Scottie made a great par on that hole.
Yeah.
really
Great
good par.
par.
Hit it
that's-
left, didn't even come close to any of the trouble.
No. Yeah.
That
A
was
little bit
really
more
the
towards
first
like
time
my
too.
argument about
I
12
can
or
remember
17.
since Cam Smith,
The
came
layup spot.
came to, became as high profile as he's been winning tournaments. Really, the first time we've seen him that uncomfortable. He was pissed. Looked like he wanted to break his hybrid.
But I respect him going for the 12th. Like he felt like he was I think he was 4 strokes back at the time.
I think
He
maybe 3.
There's 3. I think it just said it was 3. I could be wrong. We're reading.
Okay.
Either way.
But either way, he had to make a move. You know what I mean? And so like he was going at the flag and just hit a horrible shot
I
at
don't know
it.
if he was going at the flag.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Dude,
No.
the swing was bad. It was like
It was
chunky and like I think he
Scoopy
just
to the right,
pushed it.
yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know.
but
Maybe he was playing a cut. Maybe he was going like towards the. I
yeah,
don't know.
I guess we'll never know on that
Unless
one.
we ask
but
him.
We can ask him.
That's Trevor
We'll
Immelman.
just ask him. We'll ask Trevor to ask him.
I
But yeah,
thought
it was a bad shot.
bad shot.
Really bad shot. Bad time.
Because if
Then
he
it's-
stuffs it there, maybe he rattles Scotty a little bit.
Why don't you
know?
put your foot down and say he was going for the pin? Why don't you?
I said that,
Yeah.
but then Riggs,
But
was
why don't you?
arguing
Why don't you?
negative, and I
Why
was
don't
like,
you
know what,
solidify
forget
that
it.
take?
Put it down.
You
He
can
was-
have that. You can have a take.
He was
like
going
that.
for the pin.
I like
I
it
mean,
on white
I
paper.
said that, and I agreed to like my thought, if you will.
I think. Yeah.
Where do you think he was going, Frank?
I think he was going middle green, trying to cut it a
So
little
do
bit
I.
to the
Yeah.
pin. So is that considered going for the pin?
I don't know.
No, you said middle green.
But like
And hope it
playing a
cuts.
cut. Were
When
you
we-
thinking he was aiming at the pin
Yeah,
like a
I was like,
dart?
he wants to throw a dart at this thing.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. But
Well,
that's your
that's
take.
my, yeah, exactly.
Like on the fourth hole, he was definitely aiming for the pin.
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
hole's diabolical.
That hole.
We watched
love-
kids
Lost
in
a
a
lot of
3-wood
money
into
on
it.
that hole this week.
Yeah. People love Cam Smith, and like we haven't had any interaction with him, but the guy just goes on his boat, loves to fish. Trevor Immelman talks extremely high of him. He's going to be his best player that he has, right? I mean, or Hideki at the President's Cup.
He's going to be one of his
Yeah.
studs.
He's going to be one of his studs. And I mean, Trevor talks about him like he is just an absolute weapon, which he is. Him and Scottie were the 2 hottest guys coming into this tournament. He took a couple weeks off right before this, and that was causing kind of a stir about like him not playing that much leading into the Masters. But he said he wanted some time off.
Yeah.
How was that going to affect him? It didn't affect him at all. The guy was fucking charging with a chance to win the Masters. Saturday night, as we all put our heads on our ice cold pillows here in Chicago, we all thought, I mean, I had money on Scottie Scheffler to win, but we all thought, like, man, this guy Cam Smith's a problem 3-back. He's a problem. Like, everyone was kind of talking about, all of Twitter was like, dude, Cam Smith plus money to win the Masters tomorrow. The guy's going to be fine.
I was one
I
of
mean,
those
his
people.
first 4 swings were nails.
Birdie,
One,
down
2.
1. Like, that guy can fucking play. So, yeah, he looks like an absolute lunatic with the rat tail and the
Kangaroo
the
hammer.
sweater, the lip sweater, or whatever the hell you're going to call that thing.
I like Cam Smith's look.
Me too.
We always say that we want guys who are a little off the beaten path, or that they have a signature look.
He has one.
He's got one.
We had a drawing for if he would have won, and if he would have won, and it was just a silhouette of a hat and then his hair and that little straggly Frankie Borelli mustache. And it looked just like him without any other features on his face. That's a fucking guy who has an image. He's got an image.
His mustache is better than yours.
Yeah, it is, which is sad. Wait, like, really
Sad for who?
Sad
No.
for me,
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
because he's got a horrific mustache.
right.
but it's definitely better than yours.
Big time.
I hope we are able to do something with him in the future, because I think he would be great on camera, on a podcast,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
We did say we're not doing another 4-minute scramble until we get Scottie Scheffler. You think that's tough now?
Well, so
Guys
we
want-
had this conversation when
No,
he
we'll get him.
Okay.
Yeah, we had that conversation when he became number 1 player in the world. We're like, we can be able to land this
We
guy.
need him to cool down a little bit before we set that match.
No, we want him piping hot.
We
when
talked
get
to
him.
Meredith right before, and she's like, "Yeah, you guys are coming, staying at my house." But it's like, that was Wednesday was a long time ago. A lot of things have happened.
His
millions
reaction-
of dollars have entered their bank account.
Yeah, but his reaction after becoming world number 1 was that, like, yeah, I'll play you guys. And I think, given his mindset that we've talked to him a lot about, I think he'll still be down.
We gain a lot more from doing that than he does, but I will say this: if he ends up doing that video, he's the nicest person on the
He'll
planet.
do it. I don't think this changes
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
I think he also came over and was like, yeah, I was talking with Max Homa on the range about it. He told me
Asking
that
strategy.
he told me that you guys legit took him to a course you'd never been to before. You picked all the yardages. He's like, I got to have some say. in
Didn't
this
he say he
negotiation."
talked to his club already about it, or was it someone in his crew? Someone in the crew was talking about his club.
We're not going to his home course.
No,
No.
we can't.
We can't play the number 1 player
No,
in the world,
exactly.
the Masters champion, at his home course.
He's a problem right now.
We have to have a chance. I will say
He'd be
this.
hitting 360-yard bombs right down the
this-
middle. He's a problem.
This helps us in negotiation. We're like, dude, you're everything. Like, we need every advantage we could get.
True.
Even though he's still the same
I
person.
don't know if the Masters champion can just go to a random golf course right now, though. I think he might have to go to
it
the same
actually,
course.
dude, just
He's
historically, think
gonna
about
be
it.
on like Saturday
That's
Night
a good
Live
point.
this week. It's like crazy.
Think about it this way: that he is on a historic run,
Yeah, it makes
a
me
run
hard.
that they're going to talk about in the game of golf forever. And there's guys on tour who are playing him, being like, "Holy shit!" Like Scottie Scheffler's in this tournament, he's the guy right now. And then we potentially get a chance to take that on. Like it's a guy at the peak of
Trent
his.
takes the first tee shot, just hits a nice buttery cut down the middle. He
Right.
just defeated Cam
226.
Smith at Augusta.
Like we haven't played a guy
He's
at
like,
the
"Whoa."
peak of his powers. All the guys that we've played are great professional golfers, but we have not played anyone close who is on a run that Scottie Scheffler is
Imagine
on.
Scottie Scheffler does that little 3-wood like draw swing against us. Like, what do we even do against that? That that
low
ridiculous
finish 3-wood draw.
I've never seen anything like that. That's such a unique finishing position and swing that like you can tell whose swing is whose. Like when you look at like Tiger's swing, if it's just a silhouette. If you look at Jack's swing, Arnie's swing, like Scottie Scheffler's swing. If I show you that scoop and draw thing, you're like, that's Scottie Scheffler. That's
Also, if
pretty
you
cool
can see his feet, I'm gonna know.
Right.
that's pretty cool that he has that.
It's very cool that he just plays golf. He's not like he doesn't in any way come off like he's working on his technical positions and his lines, and he literally is out there just slinging it. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna find a way to hit a low hard draw here.
That,
It
it
reminds
gives
me
me
a
the,
little more
like
of
when Bubba was really on, I had
Yeah.
that same feeling.
Yeah,
It's
and
awesome.
then that
Yeah.
video I
It's
just
interesting,
watched, I
same
told you
caddy.
guys a couple weeks ago that I watched. Yeah, it is interesting. I showed you
It is
that Nick
interesting.
Faldo video with Bryson, where Faldo was like, "How do you knock it down from 140 to 135?" And he's like, "Oh, I just take it back to 10 o'clock, 10:35 on my clock." And then Faldo was like, "Oh, I do that, but I chicken wing it, or I'd wrap it around my neck." Like Scotty's more built from the same cloth of that. Of like, how am I gonna get this thing around on 10? I'm gonna fucking like scoop and holler my hip around this thing, and I'm just gonna fucking do a little shimmy.
It's feel.
Awesome.
It was cool hearing him talk on the coverage about like, sometimes he chicken wings it, sometimes he just slings a hard
Yeah.
like release draw. Sometimes like it's just crazy. He just kind of figures it out, and they always are like, it's not the most aesthetically thing, dude. It's a little bit like Arnold Palmer, like the way he swung. He just like swung to not cut the ball and like held it off with the helicopter, and like you see like Patrick Reed does that now when he tries to cut a ball because he's a drawer of the ball. He does like the Arnie like helicopter finish. Reminds me of Scotty, where he's just kind of using his hands and his talent, and he's just kind of like moving the ball around out there and playing golf. It's fucking awesome to watch. And his short game, him getting up and down in the first hole from behind the green after crying all morning because he was so nervous to keep this fucking thing alive, and then chipping in on 3 like we already spoke about when he was leaking oil because Cam Smith made birdie, and him just figuring it out and then ultimately winning in a fucking landslide. What a legend that guy is.
I know it's a lot to ask of him, but Rory ended up parring 14, 15, 16, and 17. He just parred them all. Is that right?
Ooh.
I think so.
Okay.
I think I just read that.
Okay.
It's just like, I know he did a lot before all that, and after that, he would have had to shoot a ridiculous score today. Is that right? Was it 14, 15?
14,
Yeah.
15, 16, 17. Yeah, he parred all of them.
It's just like, fuck, Rory. It's kind of, I mean,
Could
it's also hard
He shot
because
4 under on the back 9.
I know it's hard to ask to go
have
7.
birdied 9.
Hard to ask to go to 7.
9, he had a good look.
Yeah.
Could have birdied 9.
15, he's just like
16, he had a pretty good look.
Yep.
He just hit it a little too hard, a little through it.
It's hard to say because then you could say all the one like the eagle and the chip in, like
Yep.
that stuff shouldn't have happened.
Nice
So
shirt
whatever.
from Rory today. You like that shirt?
Yeah,
I do like that shirt.
That's a good
yeah.
Augusta shirt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, boys. We got anything else here?
Nah, that's
Pretty much
about it.
done.
Fuck AMC. for
Masters
doing
tournament.
that.
Yeah, you might have
Masters.
it.
Scottie Scheffler.
It's the Masters. It was a great week, honestly. It's a foreplay week, man. Or are we getting to the point where like we're starting to talk to the best players on earth that like these guys are just gonna
A little
start winning
bit.
Masters?
A
Like
little
we're
bit.
still so stunned. I feel like Scotty's one of my friends, but like
The Scottie thing has had a weird life with us. Just
really weird life.
Just because it's started going and it's just hasn't stopped, and Scottie hasn't
So
stopped.
I
He's
was
like a
thinking
guy
about that-
that we grew up with. You know, it's like
Yeah, I was thinking about that like last night. I was rewatching the video of us seeing him at Kiowa.
Yeah.
And like that has kind of been the barometer for his rise of like when we put out that video, people didn't really know who Scottie Scheffler was either. And it was like a funny thing that like, oh, he didn't think that I knew who he was and I didn't think that whatever. And then like as those storylines kept building up with him, more wins and more wins, we all feel like we're learning more about Scottie Scheffler together. But
Right.
like we've all had like the inside track to that somehow. We've interviewed him twice
Yeah.
Twice.
in that short span of time since Liberty National. It was not that long ago.
Right. And my gauge of it all is always like when we were at Kiowa and that we shot that video of Scottie, my mom definitely had no idea who Scottie
No
Scheffler is.
chance.
Today, my mom absolutely does.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yep.
we've weirdly, like you're saying, we've watched that and have had a weird sort of storyline within it because we were like, we know who you are. Do you know who? Like the whole
When
thing.
we were at the Ryder Cup, he still hadn't won a tournament ever. We felt like we had the inside track on talking to him because like no one else really knew who Scottie Scheffler was. Like they did, but like he wasn't the big ticket item at the fucking Ryder Cup.
People were like, who took down John Rahm?
They're like Scottie Scheffler. Oh yeah, he's like that 25-year-old, like just like regular looking white dude that just goes out there and plays golf. Like he was just that guy, and like
Yeah.
we all were like lucky to have some interaction with him prior because we felt like we knew him, and we're like, oh, we're gonna get more Scottie Scheffler stuff now. Like he's like one of the only guys that are gonna talk to us at this thing, and now he's this guy.
Right.
That's fucking insane.
I mean, he's the guy now.
He's this guy that we're watching on TV right now wearing a
Nope.
green jacket.
Number one in the world.
What the
Masters
fuck has
champ.
happened in that short period of time?
It does make you feel like you're living in a simulation.
Makes me feel like a fucking idiot. We didn't all pick him before this week. Of
Oh,
course it was Scottie
shout out
Scheffler.
Hank who listened to the interview with us with Scottie Scheffler. Loved it so much that he put $200 on Scottie at 16-1 or whatever. Was it like $3,000 payout?
Yeah, that was
That's a
good call
great
by him.
fucking bet. We just didn't do it. We were talking about it on this show, like Scottie Scheffler, number one in the world, but not the number one favorite betting that way. And we just didn't.
Yeah.
I took Brooks Koepka, who's just a
Same.
fart on a couch.
Yep. Marinated into the seat.
He's just like one of those deep
He's
farts.
a trap fart.
A trap fart is what Brooks Koepka was this week. And I bet Tiger Woods pre-tournament.
Yep. Had the two of
Loser.
them.
All right, we need to get some sleep.
Yeah, all right.
All right, everyone. Awesome Masters. Congrats to Scottie. He's the man. Scottie, Mayor, the whole Scheffler family clan. They're great.
The
They're
chef.
phenomenal. The chef.
Go buy a shirt.
They're just great. We love that squad. We're very happy for you, Frank. He's very proud of you.
I love you.
We'll be back on Thursday. We got Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, that's a
on the
really
show,
good one.
who
Really
was
good
a
one.
Fantastic interview. And we asked him, this was in a week and a half ago when all the Tiger hype was as high as it could be and nobody knew if he was really going to play. We were asking about scoops and what he would do with that scoop, and it's really good. So we'll be back on Thursday. Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Speaking of scoops, you gonna get ice cream?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.